Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Slip Encounter Podcast. We're at the Kenichi Bed Studios. I'm your host, BINK, your other host, GOLDENBOY. What's up with you, man?
Not much, man. Same old shit, different day.
Same old.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope y'all had a good day yesterday. Ate a lot of food, chill with your family. How's your Thanksgiving, man?
It was cool. I was a little banged up a little bit, hurting a little bit, but recovering fine. My sister pop up on me
Yeah.
like she always do. Love you, Key Dot. Even though you know why we beefing right now, you just come. I said I should have hoped that I tripped you down the stairs. You could go ahead and the cord come around your neck. But we're gonna talk about that another day. But yeah, go ahead, boss.
That's a real sibling rivalry.
Oh man, don't get it started.
Shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, rumble it one time. Father come down and say, "Hey, what's up?" Nah, let him go. Let this go.
He talking about let it go.
Oh yeah. Oh no, let that ride. Go ahead.
Hell no, man. That's what's up. I know my sister. She flew into town from Texas this week. Chill with us for Thanksgiving. So shout out to my sister Amir. Thanks for coming in. It's lovely having you in town. You know, I ain't seen you in a while, so that was good. But let's get into some boxing, man. We got REGIS PROGRAIS and Jose ZEPEDA this weekend, man. How you feeling about this?
A war.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be in the pocket all night long. Them two gonna be right there. You ain't gonna have to find either one. Mm-hmm. But REGIS PROGRAIS, man, I've always been high on that dude. Yeah. I mean, I've been high on that dude since he turned pro. Mm-hmm. And it was funny how people was like, oh, he just come forward. No, he was just getting rid of guys straight up who didn't belong in there.
Right.
Then when it was time to bring out all the other stuff, he did. And I don't know. I think he might edge it. If he don't get caught with nothing big, stupid, I think he beats him. I think he beats ZEPEDA.
I got REGIS taking this victory pretty. I ain't gonna say easily, but
about 2-3 rounds, maybe.
2 or 3 rounds to get comfortable. I got him doing this thing and taking over ZEPEDA. You know. I feel like, ZEPEDA is nice, but like what he did with Vargas, I think that was just a well-placed punch.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing, well-placed punch, and he ended that pretty fast. I'm definitely going with PROGRAIS in this fight. Probably, but I think he might even stop.
The thing you got to worry about, though, is you don't want REGIS to be here too much. Like okay, here, but not like here.
Right.
With it. For what? You have no reason to. Like, in spots, yeah. Mm-hmm. But, REGIS sometimes will be this close and he'll slip hitting. Mm-hmm. Ups, shift, whatever. That's the telltale. That's going to be the telltale.
Right. Do you think ZEPEDA going to fight him how he fought the dude? What's the dude he fought before he fought Vargas? The dude that got knocked out by Montana Love.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he might.
The foreign dude. What's his name?
Forget his name right now.
Let
me go to his box rep.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. He a tough son gun too. He fight his ass off. You talking about a toe-to-toe fight like that? I think ZEPEDA got knockout of the year that fight when he knocked him out.
I'm going to his box rep right now.
Ivan Baranchyk.
Oh.
Ivan. That's his name.
Wait, Ivan Redcatch?
No, Baranchyk.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry for butchering the name, but I can't really pronounce it. Ivan Bar. I ain't gonna try it again.
Don't try it again.
I ain't gonna try it again. But that's who it is. You probably do it better.
Yeah, Baranchyk. You were right.
Ivan Baranchyk. Yeah, that was a tough fight. Him and ZEPEDA. I think they both scored multiple knockdowns.
Multiple knockdowns, and that's what put ZEPEDA on the big mat. Big man. He wasn't just a guy like, okay, because. And the sad part is, I was high on Ivan Baranchyk, but he fights, man, just too many wars. Mm-hmm. Too many wars, man. It caught up to Ivan Baranchyk, man. It caught up to him in a bad way because you saw what happened to fight after that.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, I think his next fight was Montana.
Yep.
He lost that fight by knockout.
And I did not expect that.
I didn't expect that at all.
I didn't expect that at all. I thought he was going to get outboxed, maybe stop late on his feet or something like that. Stop, but I did not expect what I saw. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't understand that at all. I was like, oh, yeah, it's too many wars.
He actually hurt Montana in that fight.
Yeah,
in a bad way.
Yeah, he had him hurt.
In a bad way, but Montana survived. I don't know how he survived that because he was hurt in a bad way.
Man, but people don't get that, Joe. When you get hurt, it's so many different ways you could be. You could be hurt and your head is clear, your legs are gone. You could be hurt and like I remember one time I got hurt, but the guy didn't know. So I'm basically blinking and I'm doing this, like rocking, but my legs can't move.
Yeah.
So I'm selling it, fainting, whatever. Then once I started moving my back foot, a little, okay, I'm good. All right, then I start moving, little stuff like that. Or Robert Garcia said one time. Robert Garcia said, he said, "Hey, y'all gotta go watch this clip." He was talking about getting coiled, getting knocked out, or whatever. He was talking to Eddie. But he was talking about setback, and he said, "Man," he said, I got dropped, and then I didn't come to until the referee said 7, 8, and he was already on his feet because of muscle memory.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, I got dropped." And he looked at his dad, and so I was like, "Take his time." And then he said the worst one was his brother. His brother fought at the country club, but gets dropped. Badly hurt. Survives. Get him to the corner. He goes back out there. 3-4 rounds, they almost kills the guy. Goes back to the dressing room. He's taking off his boots. He starts crying. He said, "Buck up, mijo. Did good."
Right.
He said, "Don't lie to me, Dad. I'm sorry I got caught. I lost. I blew it." Everybody in there laughing at, like, man, what? And then that laugh went to, "Oh, he's serious."
Right.
He's dead serious. Like, yeah, he didn't know. Like, he didn't know at all.
Right.
That he was hurt, that he had been knocked out, or none of that. He had no idea. No idea, bro.
That's
like,
crazy.
That people, man, that joke is a crazy mess. I remember my father, he was like, sometimes you'll be hurt, and then you'll go back and look at the tape and be like, "Oh, I really was hurt." Like, "Oh, I was hurt bad." People don't get that jump, man.
No, boy, I remember we had a scrimmage when I was in college, and coming up from deep middle safety, filling the alley. We had this running back from New York. Dude was like 225.
Oh,
and I met that joker. I met that joker in the alley, just like you talking about. Like, my head was there, but my body wasn't. The whole left side of my body was numb.
Numb. Ooh.
You see me wobbling. I stand up, my legs was gone, or whatever. It was crazy, man. It was definitely crazy. Took me a couple plays to get my head back together. But yeah, man. So
Right.
last time we was in studio,
here we go.
We ain't have it confirmed that we
Here
had Tank back, but we got Tank back January 7th, man. January 7th here in DC.
And Boots is on the undercard.
He ain't got an opponent yet, but man,
we just couldn't say nothing.
I mean, we kind of, but we couldn't say nothing. But we can say it this episode. But how you feeling about that card, man?
That's gonna be a good card. It's gonna bring money to the city. I mean, I ain't sweating it. That's gonna be good. It's just gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see how everything unfolds.
Right.
When everybody show up.
Yeah.
And then who gonna call out Tank? Who gonna show up? Who gonna talk trash? It's just gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot to deal with.
It's gonna be some big names in the building.
You saw what happened with Tank over the weekend? What do I always tell you? Every 3 to 6 months.
Happened with who?
Tank.
Oh.
I need my termination papers.
Talking about on Twitter?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's what everybody been talking about, though, like the turmoil between him and Mayweather Promotions and everything. But I mean, we asked Derek straight up, and he ain't lie. I mean, he told the truth. He still is Mayweather Promotions. So, but we got our guests in the building, guys.
Yes.
DC boxing legend Lynn Wood in the building.
Mr. Dozer, Mr. Composure. Hey, legend.
Appreciate you. I ain't supposed to be promoting them.
Nah,
you 7-Eleven.
You 7-Eleven. Go back to the
my guy.
My guy changed my bun real quick.
Nah, you good. What's up, man? Appreciate you coming through the show.
Hey, what's up with you, man?
Doing good.
My guy. This is my guy right here, man.
Got me in the building. So
right.
I was like, oh, be on the show? Oh, let's do it.
That's right.
Anytime you get an opportunity to rap about the fight game, that's me all day.
For sure,
like, man, that's my opposite of my real Bible.
Yeah.
If I ain't seen no boxing in the day, my whole day might go sideways.
Oh, okay. Okay, so besides being a fighter, you like a fan of the sport?
Yeah,
live and breathe boxing.
Real fan.
That's what we do in the gym. We be
Just
sitting there talking
entrenched,
about
man.
all that stuff.
Entrenched, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, you know, when did you get your start in boxing? How did your career begin?
Oh man, that's a doozy of a story, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, I started out down in North Carolina.
Okay.
I ran in the snow down there, Joe.
Franchise.
It was crazy, man. He was like, "Man, I'm fighting down in North Carolina. I know you out there, Joe. Pull up on me." This was like, don't quote me. It was like 05, 06. And went to the fight. I was like, "Dang, son." I said, "I can do that."
Yeah.
And started mixing it up, man. Just tried to figure that thing out from 05 on in. And I had a brief amateur background. You know what I mean? I fought maybe 12 times as an amateur. Right?
Okay.
And older in the game, I was like 20, 26, 27.
When you started?
When I started.
Oh, okay.
So it was late, man. I ain't even know. A lot of people don't know that, though.
Yeah, I didn't
they
know
look
that.
at my skill set. They like, "Dang, man, that man been boxing all his life."
Yeah.
But I just jumped out there and did it. I always was athletic, right? So jumped out there at 27 and just tried to figure out what I could get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was that adjustment like coming in at such a late stage in your life boxing and going against guys that had been in the gyms? They was 8, 9 years old.
It was crazy, man. I had good fighters around me, man. And everybody knew I was already an athlete. And Snow will tell you, he was one of the first guys in the gym. He was like, "Man, Wood, man, if he put his hands on it, if it's athletic, it's gonna be nice."
Yeah.
Right? Because I've always been like basketball, football, track, just the basic, little neighborhood stuff, school stuff like that. But I say like 6 months, I kind of sort of had it. Yeah. But I looked polished, but I wasn't polished on the inside. Yeah. See what I'm saying? But I was around, I was with Snow, Henry Sugarpoo Buchanan.
Yes, indeed. You forget that name.
Paul Williams, Reggie Holly. It was a bunch of guys. Alexander Johnson, and I'm an amateur at this time. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like getting real good work. You know what I'm saying? So the learning curve had to kind of come fast. Right? Small Snow a lot of rounds too, man. Snow gave me real good work. I was bigger than him, but he was a handful. You feel what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel that.
He's a handful.
I feel that. So that like it's crazy. You started at 26, 27. So like, what was some of the other challenges like adjusting to?
Oh man, I had already had like, this the biggest thing I talk to the youngins about now. I had already had a life. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving and shaking, but I'm really trying to get on the straight and narrow, trying to get everything in order. Just had my first daughter, and I need some change. You know what I mean? Some legitimate change. And the thing was, I'm trying to navigate that thing and trying to really dedicate myself to boxing. And that's a tough pill. You know what I'm saying? So I tell all the youngers, man, stay locked in as long as you can. You feel what I'm saying? Get to where you're trying to go. Yeah. And then, you know what I mean, you can add a family down the line. But if you ain't mentally mature enough to handle that plight at that time, man, stay locked in. Single man, locked into the grind. Right. Get there, go get your little family. Move on from there. But mine was totally different. It was one hiccup after another. You feel what I'm saying? And then trying to financially back yourself. It was a whole nother animal. It's tough. Didn't have a big amateur background, so you're talking about diving into a game where you need some financial help. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let alone I'm really like trying to survive too. You feel what I'm saying? Because I gotta put food on the table now. Yeah. I got a wife and a baby. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, what in the world going on? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I need to eat. So you don't want to put that type of pressure on yourself when you're trying to conquer this game called the fight game. You know what I'm saying? It's almost impossible. Right. You want to stay locked in as much as possible.
You feel like that kind of propelled you into like fast tracking your career, fighting anybody, anything that was put in front of you, you had to fight.
Goodness, like I jumped off. When I jumped off, it was more so trying to build, right? So ultimately, a lot of time when you start to speak the verbiage of I gotta get this money together so I can go buy a fight. Fans be like, buy a fight, nigga. I thought you was in the game to get money. I didn't know you had to pay money to get a fight.
People don't know about that.
People don't know that piece of the game. So when I was sharing that with people trying to get me a little stipend, you know what I mean, get myself moving, you know, people's kind of leery. They like this is like a Ponzi scam or something. Yeah. What you got going on? I'm like, nah. They like, man, we ain't never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? People not being educated, and you know, in that back room of the fight game. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody see the front side, don't really know the back door side. You know what I mean? Really, when you're trying to build as a fighter. Now, if you come in, you got that big amateur background, you got them promoters behind you or whatever, them big corporate companies, you know, your titles, your ringside, Everlast, they put that sponsorship behind you. You don't have that. You pretty much coming out of pocket. You can't find an investor in the hood or whatever. And you know, that's a thing or another. But you know, we got some bread up though. Ultimately,
made it happen, right?
it made it happen. And I ran off my first 5 win. And you know what I mean? It was just kind of hard trying to pick it because from the outside looking in, they like, man, he trying to line up all these ducks, man, but he really like that. You feel what I'm saying? But the whole time, they don't know you just seeing the facade, right? I'm not even a whole fighter yet. I only been boxing for 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm a whole pro.
Diving
right.
out
I'm a whole pro.
Yeah.
2 years, man. So like, people from the outside looking in, like, you know, times where you might see a polished guy jump on a guy and attack him. You feel what I'm saying? He working, and you see all the openings. Man, I don't see that opening to the 4th round. You got a guy that's really polished, that got a good seasoned amateur background. He gonna pick up on that mistake in the 1st round. You feel what I'm saying? So this the level that I understood I was at. But ultimately, I'm like, this is what I have to give to the game in order for me to get to the top. Right. And then ultimately, you know, you wear out your ducks, and then state of Maryland ain't really gonna give you no easy time picking no guys, especially when you look polished. You feel what I'm saying? So after I you know, beat a couple ducks, they say, nah, you need a little stiffer opposition. And on the outside looking in, the guy was like 5 and 6. You feel what I'm saying? But he was stiff for me. You feel what I'm saying? Because I knew what I was on the inside. I'm 2 years in. Right. This guy been fighting all his life, but he's 5 and 6. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? He's got way more experience than that guy. I don't care about his 5 and 6 at that point. But you know, that's the plight of trying to build on your own dime. You can't get the perfect guy. You get something close. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Sure. I still remember when we was at show place, and there was guys who paid to get on that card one time.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
That is crazy, man. So how were you able to beat those guys that were polished? Only being 2 years in the game, what were you doing to make yourself look better than them in the ring?
It was a lot of athletic ability. I did work hard. When I was really, really on it, you feel what I'm saying, as far as that investment and all that type of stuff. Appreciate it. That's that at that time I was on goat. I'm talking about 1,000. Like, was nobody out working me in the gym. I was sweating out two, 3 outfits a day, like in the gym. I was grinding. I was really putting the work in, and because I'm coming off my own dime. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, it better shake out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It was me and my father collectively. You know what I'm saying? Put that change together, and ultimately it was like, if it don't work, it ain't gonna be my fault. You know what I'm saying? So I really was working, and I just kind of really, you know, work my way into being a fighter completely. You feel what I'm saying? And then ultimately, I'm still trying to do that with that whole family. On the side.
It's tough.
I mean, not even on the side. That's my main course. And I really can't give. So I say I jumped up to like 3-0. I went up to 3-0, and I had to take time for family. You know what I'm saying? Something that a younger fighter would have never had to do. You know what I'm saying? He don't have one. You know what I'm saying? He's got a mother and father, possibly, but no kids, hopefully, right? And he just goes off into the sunset and just ride that wave to 20-0. And maybe a baby pops up. Right? But like I'm a full grown man, so I'm just kind of trying to shape my mind into being a full fighter and a father at the same time, and financing my household as well as, you know,
tough, man.
The actual fight. And it was just you know, a thing of moving forward in the light of a lot of adversity that a lot of the other fighters wouldn't have to go through.
Right. So stuff like that makes you fight harder. You got something that you actually have to fight for. Yeah. Because you got people at the house that's depending on you to come home with something.
Either make it or go get a job.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Right. I'm like, I ain't working for nobody else. You feel
I still remember what you told me. I still remember. I think I was out of Hill. I was 27, 28. He said, he was praising me. He was like, yo, you still ain't got no kids and all that? I said, no, sir. Yeah. I'm still in school and everything. He was like, keep doing that. Yeah. He just keep telling me. And you got to think, like, remember I was telling you about that stuff where you might, if I'm 20, like how Jared and all those were, no kids, no nothing, your parents telling you, nah, everybody's like, don't move out. Just keep stacking money. Don't move out. And you keep doing what you're doing.
That's it.
You get 10 grand for a fight, that's a lot of money because you're a kid. You ain't got nothing to worry about for it, right? But if you got guys sometimes may fight on ESPN and you like, yo, it's ESPN. Oh, it's Showbox. And they get 10 grand. But if you got 3 kids, this, and this,
10 grand go
you
fast.
pay your people in your corner, it's gone.
Gone in a month.
Meet you.
Yeah. So what was some of your highlights of your career?
Oh, man.
Let me tell this one.
Go ahead. Oh,
this is how I met this guy. My father was working the corner against him.
Man, he going there. He going way back.
My father was working the corner against him. He's the chief second. We at Showplace Arena. So I already knew the card. I'm like, okay, I'm a little weary about this fight. So I see him come out with this robe, and he just, the confidence exuding and everything, and I'm like, this don't feel right.
Look, that jump epic. I'm gonna give you the name off of Stevie Ray, right? So the name on the back, everybody was like, who is Stevie Ray? We know that's Wood, but like, who is Stevie Ray? And only people in the dressing room got it. You know what I'm saying? They was like, what is that? You know what I mean? Who is that? You got somebody else, Joe? I'm like, nah, man, that's Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles. I said, I'm gonna be so slippery tonight. I said, I'm gonna be like Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles.
Ain't gonna see none of it coming.
Ain't nobody gonna see nothing coming. You feel what I'm saying? Here.
Right.
And that's just how I felt. Like, I said, I'm gonna put that on the back of the jump. And I could do this with my eyes closed. That was the biggest statement I was trying to make.
That's clever.
I'm so slick, I can do this with my eyes closed.
Right.
I was slippery at that time.
Oh, so
bruh.
You ain't know that about Stevie Ray?
But no, I knew someone riding. Like, I'm looking, I see the confidence. I'm like, okay. And I've seen him fight before. I know what, so I'm telling Dad already knows. Bell ring. He comes out, and immediately, first he's here. Like, he's giving feints, seeing what our guy gonna bite on. Then he rock, as soon as I saw him rock over this way, our guy kind of sold it too much with the right hand, and he just, real quick, just rock off over. I was like, move. The count is coming. So my father started saying, we are thinking late. He telling me late, we got to get him back to the corner to tell him, you're going to have to look for that counter that he's going to throw and counter that. That's the only way you're going to get this guy. And hope that he's here, that he commits. It's first round, right? And I don't know who was in your camp that was in the corner. Some big dude said, hey, shorty, you telling too much on the counters, man. Shh. And I'm like,
that was Bunch, Henry Bunch, babe.
I'm like, man, he said, shorty, hey, Junior, you telling too much. And all of a sudden, this is what he do. I said, man, the brick is coming. The brick is coming. Walk away. And all of a sudden, he probably don't remember he did this. He walked and he's coming to where he's turning into my line of sight. We can see he just do this. It just looked at me.
He said, remember you looked at me? Yeah. And smiled. I said, go ahead, man.
Man,
all
I heard was, I'm like, okay. All right, get him out. All right, cool. Make it to the second. Get Dad, get him to the corner. He walks him to the corner. Boom, dropped the brick, hurt him. And next thing you know, about 3-4 unanswered shots before he got to the canvas. And here go my dad. Well, we didn't get him back to, well, he got back to the corner, but we didn't get him back to the corner. God,
I thought, like, really though, because I had sparred on him, and like, I sparred Slim, like, probably about 5 months prior. And you know, it was just like some good work. You know what I'm saying? We was down at the old school out Clinton.
Yep.
And man, we got some real good bump in. That's when it was like Mike Reed, Dusty down there, Joan, Ron Tate Douglas. That was a minute ago. You know what I'm saying? But like, that was some real good work down there. And yeah. I was like, when they called me, I jumped all over it because I felt like I outboxed them in the spawn session.
Gym, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll take that jump.
Yeah.
And that was their guy. Me and Malavinsky, we talk about it all the time. That was their guy. They was trying to get a W.
Had them at like 4-0, 5-0 at that point.
Oh, so they thought they was on.
They thought they was gonna knock me off.
Yeah.
Run through. Yeah. It was funny. It was comical. You know what I mean? Because I was on one at that time.
Yeah.
And they didn't know that I was just not. But everybody didn't know I didn't have the experience. They thought that was just as good as I was gonna get. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't know I was just cracking the surface.
Right.
I was at the 2-year mark, you know. But yeah, that was and I thought that was gonna be a real competitive fight. But once I realized I could box him and didn't have to fight him like a spawn session. The spawn session was a war. Yeah. And I was like, man, I'll box this dude. Yeah. And I might have thrown 7 shots.
Yep.
It was the first round.
Yeah.
First or second. I forget.
First
round.
First.
Damn.
I remember.
Went through like 7 shots total. It was all counters. Yeah.
Told you. It was all loaded. It was all everything first. So the first 30 seconds he came out like this, trying to see what you was gonna do, see what was, cause normally he had a habit of he'll feint you or rock over your and go and step and sometimes overcommit. Right. So his whole thing all right, and then as soon as he saw it, then he went here. And then was that quick. I was like, oh my God.
Right. I surprised myself. That's what I had to ultimately become what everybody thought I already was. I had to become more calm. Inside, I be looking. Outside, I look super smooth. Everybody be like, man, you be looking sweet out there. Like James Toney. I'm like, inside, I'm a nervous wreck.
You don't get that part.
I didn't understand everything that I was doing. I was just moving. I was reacting off of stuff that I did on the mitts without the intellect. You know what I'm saying? I was just doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get to an understanding of who I was as a fighter. I mean, I probably had like 15 pro fights before I realized what I was doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about 2 years behind the gun. And then, like you say, one of the highlights, man, I say when I went in there and I fought Pritchard Cologne. Okay. You know, he was on the up and up. He was being promoted by Al Heyman at the time. And I'm almost to that point where I have no other options. I think I might have been maybe 9-4, something like that as a pro. And he was 10-0, 10 knockouts. Down at the Barclays Center, man. And I was telling my wife, I was like, we made it. We made it. Because like at that point, I don't have no financial backing. So this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Right. You know what I'm saying? At this young state of my career at that time. This is a big moment. It was a big card. It was this one Danny Garcia fought Rod Salker. Okay. Fighting Rod Salker. Lamont was on the card. Ant was on the card. It was a nice little show, man. Demetrius Ballard was on the show.
Big Meech.
Yeah, that joint was like Roach. Roach was still living. Man, Roach was there. Bernard Boogaloo. Rest in peace. Yeah, he was there. He was like, man, he told me, he was like, man, fight this man. Yeah. Like, let him know you here. You know? And that turned on a switch because not only did I go the distance, Bama was giving me like all type of respect after the fight. You know, he asking how many amateur fights you got, all that type of stuff. I'm like, I had 12 amateur fights. I'm shocked. He's like, oh my gosh. Like, how many you had? He said like 200 something. And that's what I was running into. You know what I'm saying? That was the disadvantage. It wasn't that I was going on the road dogging it. It was just like every opportunity that I had, knowing that I had no financial backing. Every opportunity I had was lopsided. You know what I'm saying? And it's either fight or starve at that point. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to feed your family and, you know, trying to be the greatest. If you're the greatest, you know, but the timing is off because I don't have the financial backing.
Right.
I got to fight these niggas right now rather than when I want to.
Right.
That's the big difference, you know what I mean? So like that night, I realized I belonged there, but I just wasn't on a level just yet. Because I gave Slim some work, some real work.
How did that fight go?
I lost on a 6-round unanimous decision.
Okay.
But you had to be there. A lot of people don't know this piece. A lot of times, if you ain't there, you got the A side and the B side. Yeah, you got the whole A side, the B side situation. Then you go on box rep, pull that joint up, and you got 60, 54. You like, dang, Slim, the nigga smoked you. Nah, really, you had to be there. You
had to be there to see it, right?
It was a war. You know what I'm saying? Then there's a couple clips out there where as you can see, like, by the time we got to the 5th, 6th round, they're saying, this my man, you feel what I'm saying? I still told his father, told his brother and stuff like that. But like, I had him on the move the last 2 rounds, you feel what I'm saying? Matter of fact, he was the one, he got injured down here at the George Mason joint. But yeah, man, that's my man. But like that night, kind of allowed me to know, like, I belong there. You know what I mean? Then it went from one fight to another after that. Then I say right behind that was I fought Yuri Foreman. He was coming off a little layoff or whatever, but he was like 32-1 at that time.
Yeah, the Cotto lost.
Yeah, the Cotto lost. The Cotto. I was like, why not? And I'm not gonna get no other type of shot. I'm a B-side guy at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why not? And then went up there and that was at the Barclays too. Went up there and shocked them. If you go look at the joint on box rec, the joint say like 77, 75. That's a lie. You know, it's just a fight game.
It's the fight game.
I mean, had him out on his feet like 3 times.
You had him out on his feet
3 times. 3 times. And like break dancing and all that. You know, it's just the way the fight game worked. Right behind that, you saw the fix. He fights Erislan Lara like not the next fight, but the fight after. He got another little tune up. They threw him right back in the water. Big money for the title. You feel what I'm saying? So like that's just the fight game. I wouldn't have got that shot if I'd have beat him. I'd have been fighting Mike Tyson next week. You know what I'm saying? Rather than fighting somebody respectably on the same grid. You feel what I'm saying? You just don't get those type of conveniences.
That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame that you give somebody work like that. That's on that level, and instead of somebody ringing your phone like, "Yo, this guy can bang. Let's try to get him a shot."
Yeah. Oh no, they getting you a shot, but they getting you a shot in their favor.
In their favor,
They like, man, we'll get him a crack at it, but he gonna have to fight his way out of it. You know what I'm saying? If he upset our guy, cool, but if not, he had to keep scratching from the bottom.
Right.
Yep. But it's the silver spooners and the grinders. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then you gotta hope, like after them type of fights, like some that sometimes may happen, they may say, "Hey, we want to bring you in camp for 8 weeks or whatever," you know, and then you'll make some money doing that.
Right.
Like, you know, for instance, like Dustin when he was in camp with Canelo, you getting paid that, and then you know Canelo's looking after you, whatever. And Ronald Ellis, Ronald Ellis been in camp with Canelo for like 5 years.
Yeah.
You know,
it's good money, good exposure,
and
too.
put you on a card.
And put you on a card.
Right.
Like, can't beat that.
You ever get a chance to be a part of some camps?
Man, it was a couple Jones that, you know, the North Carolina camps. You had, what's her name? Take me way back. Everybody know I'm talking about European lady, short blonde. But
Christy Martin.
Christy. She was operating out Greensboro or whatever. Long story short, she was with same guy. She had ties with the guy that was with Holyfield. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, it's all right.
He had a Don Turner. Don Turner. So they used to have camps and stuff out there. So I got a chance to experience those, working with the Mexicans and stuff like that. And that's where I got you know, my skill set up as far as my defense. The Mexicans, they was coming. Like, defense became priority. rather than being cute. Right. You know what I mean? So then after those Jones out in North Carolina, come back here, and I think I had like 3 or 4 amateur fights at the time. We go into my father was like, we going down Ray Leonard. They supposed to got some good work down there. And you know, I'm just rising, trying to be the best I can be. Wherever Pop say we going to get work, we going to get work. So we go down Ray Leonard, and Paul Williams was down there. The Punisher, man, and like it was him, Sugar Pooh, Reggie Holly.
You know who Sugar Pooh is, Bink?
Nah.
And it was crazy because we walk in the joint, and it was no amateurs in there. There was another guy from Cameroon in there. He was nice too. I forget his name. I think they was calling him Cameroon at that time.
Oh, I know who you talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
he could
man.
a little bit. And so I'm green. I got 3 amateur fights. Father taking me down here to get some bump. And I see Paul Williams. I'm already thrown off. I'm like, hey, that's some real work. I mean, but I ain't tripping because that's where I'm at that time. I'm gonna go.
Right.
And so old man Hinton in there. And my father say, yeah, we trying to get some rounds. He was like, how many fights he got? He pro? My father was like, nah, he an amateur. He got 3 fights. He was like, nah. And say, nah, we ain't got no work for no amateurs with no 3 fights, man. He ain't got no work for them. He was like, man, we came all the way down here, you know what I mean?
You get some work.
Can we get some work? Whatever. And Hinton was like, all right, he can go first. We put him in there. He get first round. He said, as soon as he start looking like an amateur, I'm putting him out of there. And father was like, all right. And he was like, man, don't give these niggas no respect. You know what I'm saying?
No respect.
He was like, you know, you the pup in the gym, but I'm old.
You're older.
I'm like 28.
Right.
No, I'm like 26, 27 with 3 amateur fights. You feel what I'm saying? You see how far behind I am, but I'm cool because my body ain't took a whole lot of punishment. I ain't took the wear and tear, but I don't have that experience either. But so I'm here, and I get in there with Paul first round, and I don't even realize what's going on. But we in the 3rd round, get to the corner. My father say, "You see, he ain't pull you out yet.
Working.
You must not be looking like no amateur. Keep doing what you're doing." And you know what I mean? Get back to work. And Paul went full. My first day in the gym. You know what I mean? I had 3 amateur fights, and then these were sparring sessions, but these were the things that was getting me to know that I could do this.
You belong where you're supposed to be.
So that,
where you're supposed to be.
That was nice. Then we come back, and I think it was a little bit before the Margarito fight. It was right before the Margarito fight. I was working with him. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about prime?
Yeah.
Prime.
This wasn't no wash.
1,000 punches.
Right. You know, and in Quintana, when he fought Quintana, I was with him there. But yeah, them camp situations was good for me moving forward. My learning curve came so quick just because of situations like that. And you know, and then along with Thomas Snow, like a lot of times, whenever he was getting ready, I would work with him like often. Like it was just crazy.
Yeah,
we doing like 30 rounds.
Damn,
that just broken up.
Right.
Like, you know, I wasn't on that level just yet, but it'd be like 4 to 6 rounds at a time. And, but it was me finding my way, not through fights, but through sparring.
Right. And this whole time, you said you were married.
Yeah,
married, had a child.
Yeah.
So, what was it like for your wife? Like, what was her experience? Was she always supportive? And
you know,
that's what you call a boxer's wife, right there.
Oh man, we gonna have to cut and edit, man. I don't even want to go that far.
Yeah.
But you know, challenging.
It's challenging.
Yeah. So you know, oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I know it had to be hard for her, man. You know, the baby. I know. I got my child out there now.
I tell you like this. The backside situation. When I started, like when we really understood what was what, and we talking about 20, 2015, 2016. And I was like, Slim, I ain't gonna get no job, right? Not doing that. Not that. You know what I'm saying? What they talking about. You know what I'm saying? I got my personal training situation or whatever when I got my certification, all that. And started doing that. You feel what I'm saying? This was my segue, right? So I'm setting it up, but at the same time, I know I'm about to eat. I don't care what's about to happen, but I'm about to eat only because I understand what I'm trying to do, right? So at this point now, it's survival, right? But I'm also trying to win, right? So you got that backside from 15. I think I had a check from somewhere, and the wife was like, I think it might have been like 2015. I don't know. She'll quote me on it. I ask her when I get to the house. She gonna tap in and be like, "Oh, nah, it was." But she's great with numbers, man. Right. She's a guru, right? Gotta have one. You know what I mean? Because the backside, she got me. She got me on 10 right now. But like, I want to say 15. She handed me pay stubs of what I had. I think I was doing construction at that time, and had all my fight checks, right, the stubs and the little write-ups. And she was like, "Look at this." She said, "Make sense of this." She was like, "You did this in XYZ amount of time. You did this in XYZ." She was like, "You either a fighter or you." I said, "I'm a fighter." And that's where I started running through these numbers, get my record lopsided. It was like, man, nah, I'm just gonna go. I mean, I'm gonna go and whatever happen. Whoever outside, they don't understand my plight. I come in the game late. I think I did all right. I did a whole lot of things that a lot of people wish they had done. You got jokers that retired and never fought anybody. You feel what I'm saying? I fought a lot of guys. And,
top guys.
And, just to be able to say, man, I shared the ring with real guys, night in and night out. And a lot of people can't say that. You feel what I'm saying? Shared the ring with a lot of real guys. And I only got that because my wife was like, "You tripping off no record, Slim.
Right.
Trying to eat, go get it." You know what I mean? Right. That's what you said you about to do. Go. If you saying you fighting, you know what I'm saying? You saying you a throwback fighter. Oh, she was putting that battery in my back.
Put that fire. She's like, that fire in you.
Baby, you like that.
Yeah.
Man, that's my bone.
That's important, man. I love that. I love to hear that.
I love to hear that. Yeah. On the backside, though, like she really like put it down.
Locked in.
Then I get on the road and feel good. You feel what I'm saying? I get on the road, they be like, "Yeah, man." You know what I mean? You vicious. Like, how your record get like this? I said, "Slim, I'm out here. I think I was like 36, 35, 36 when it just started looking like, how do you rebound if you don't get financed, right?" So I said, "You just gotta go now. You want to leave it all out there just because you worried about your record. You know what I'm saying? Knock one of these guys off, see what happens." So like, all that fire and that, it was stuff that I already had in my belly. A lot of times you just need your partner to be like, yeah. There's a lot of niggas probably retired like 4 fights just because they ain't had the piece that supposed to been riding with them, or because of circumstance. Might have just been like, nah, there ain't enough money in there. You know what I'm saying? If you go work, you know what I'm saying, go eat. I went at 8, man. I ain't got no regrets. Yeah. I went at 8, man. Then like a lot of niggas ain't even 8. They this ain't no slight. Yeah. But a lot of niggas built themselves. I mean, whether it be a small career or a big career, they built themselves. Never got no money out the situation. You know what I mean? To break their leg and never able to fight again. You feel what I'm saying? They got 15. They retired 15. Oh yeah, you sell that to your peoples or whatever. But like, who you fight? Right. What did you fight?
That's crazy, man. So
she kind of pushed me to that, man. Right. And I was willing to do it. My whole thing was like, I ain't tripping, because where I'm at, I ain't getting no back, and I gotta go anyway. I'm either getting old, I'm gonna get old, or you just gonna tap out and say, hey, man, I was sweet. I'm 5-0. And they had nothing to show for it. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Yeah. I respect that a lot, man. I respect that. So y'all sat there and looked at the pay stubs, and she said, shit. Go do that. You want to do that? Go do that.
Yeah. And it was taking too much time on both sides because I was going to work. And then I get off work and boom.
Got to go straight to the
gym.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So she was like, man, like one of these Jones got to go. And this Jones don't even add up to this one. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. You did this in 2 months and you did this in 9 months. It's more than that. 2 months, 9 months. Imagine if you do this for 9 months. That was the thing. Right? So once she showed it to me like that, I said, we on the road. I'm boom, boom, boom. Managing myself at that time.
Okay.
Just hitting niggas up. Like, hey man, you got some work? You got some work. Yeah. And it was fun though. Like it wasn't even strenuous. It was never stressful. Because at that time I knew who I was as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I was getting in the ring with them guys and it was always my thing to put them on, hit them up on the side, be like, hey man, how many amateur fights you get?
Yeah, 150 or whatever.
It's just so I can know, man. Like I'm out there doing work and you supposed to be way up here, but I ain't get the W, but it's understanding, like, and the respect level be cloud 9. All of them still got most of relationships with all of them. Not not long intimate relationships.
Just respect.
Just respect and talk on the phone every now and again. Yeah, shoot a text. Losing my phone. But yeah, man. Just ultimately, I just appreciated everything that side gave to me. A lot of people don't see it from that side. The B side, it's a different look. Yeah, a lot of people don't even know how you get to that point. But,
like the A side part, for instance, like you just say 5-0, right? None to show for it. So let's say if you 5-0, and I'm speaking from experience of being in one particular fighter's camp. At one point he was 4-0 and was off for 2 years, and it wasn't because of him, because nobody was fighting. Then you might have you'll sit there and keep fighting, right? You want to keep fighting, you want to keep this ball on, because early in your career you trying to fight either every month, no more than every 3 months. Like at least you trying to keep busy, get to 14-0 as quick as possible. Sometimes you might. Why you think it's called TBA? Because anything out, they trying to pull somebody in, or somebody might get injured, but you still got to stay on the shelf, and you wait. Next thing you know, you go to your promoter. Hey, BINK, all right, so that fight fell through? Yeah. All right, cool. You get a call. Yeah, you got a fight coming up, Silk. All right, cool. All right, BINK, so how much they offering? 10 grand? All right, let me get one of that 10 grand now. Right. Let me get one of that 10 grand now. For sure. I need that just to go take care of some stuff. When you fight, so what you think? You got, let's say you get 9 grand of that. What you think? You supposed to still pay your people $900, 10%? No, you supposed to pay them $1,000. And you still got to pay back that $1,000 to BINK for the promote and the promoting fee or whatever. So it's just, it becomes a lot. So it's kind of like, okay, you know what? At that point, what Wood is always, Marvin Hagler would probably love to sit down with him. Marvin Hagler, those guys from the 70s, 80s, those 50s guys, 20 guys who fought every 2 weeks, who fought anytime, any place, and they'll love to eat at the table with him.
For sure. They respect you a whole lot more, man. It's crazy how the game go. I done sat down at the table with guys, and they'll badmouth a bracket undefeated guy.
Yeah.
And give a guy that got a 500 record and like that'll really know what that guy's worth is, and they'll give that guy more credit than they would give the undefeated guy, all because of understanding what type of guy they are. You feel what I'm saying? They'll say that 15-0 ain't real. He's 15-0, but he ain't real. But you got some real 15-0. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But then he'll say this 5-5 is better than this 15-0. You feel what I'm saying? Like I done sat down with guys like real guys. Like, Tommy Hearn type situation. And this is out Detroit at the Motor City Casino. And he talked that type of way. You know what I mean? He like, man, you a real fighter. You know what I mean? I was like, I appreciate it. But like just little stuff like that. B-Hop, you know what I mean? Been in the building with B-Hop a couple times and he just tipped my hat. He like, man, you fighting way up tonight, ain't you? Like, yeah. He like, I didn't know you could make like heavyweight. This was, I don't know where I was at. It was Massachusetts. And yeah, he was like, hey man, you was 47 last week. I was like, go ahead.
You went to light heavy?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I ain't know that.
Oh yeah.
I was moving and shaking.
Yeah.
It was all about, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
testing myself, getting them. Everybody else go to amusement park, get on a roller coaster. I go get in the ring. You feel what I'm saying? That's my thrill ride. You feel what I'm saying? And then it's like I'm at that point where it's probably about to be done. You know what I'm saying? I'm all tapped into my personal training. Big shout outs to Keeping You Alive. That's my brand.
Okay.
But ultimately, I just, fighting is me. Yeah. Just love to fight, man. I still walk around the house punching everything.
Shadow boxing.
The air.
Yeah.
But you see why I wanted him on the show. I wanted to give me personally, because you know what you mean to me. I wanted to give you what you deserve.
Oh man, I appreciate you, man. Greatly, man.
Because man, he's one for people who know, because he loves talking to me because of how some of the other younger fighters, I actually respect everything that goes on fight, study or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's one of them guys that, for instance, what was Norman's record at the time when he fought? He was like, I don't even think he had one loss yet, or 2 losses. Right. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he was still like, if you got an undefeated guy and I'm controlling, I got you, Bink. All right, you 8-0, 5 knockouts. And we get a list of fighters on the table, about 3 or 4 fighters. Mm-hmm. And you see Emmanuel Augustus, Linwood Dozer, and you see a kid who's like 3-0 or something like that, but you see fighting all ducks. I'm like, but you want to get the rounds and all experience. You be like, no, I want to get the rounds and experience. No, not right now with these 2 guys. Right. Nah, man, what you look like? You don't believe me? No, these dudes are killers, and you don't need that right now. Mm-hmm. You don't need this right now. Yeah. That's real, the type of fighters you dealing with.
And that comes across the table a lot, because like ultimately, a lot of people don't like to hear it, but it's real, man. B-side guys get ducked. You feel what I'm saying? They get ducked just like a A-side guy, undefeated guy, man. Man. And it's not to slight anybody in the fight game. It's just the way the fight game works. I'm saying everybody get ducked. You feel what I'm saying? Right. All depending on what your interests are in the game. You feel what I'm saying? So like, I found myself being ducked by guys I've called out. You feel what I'm saying? Just because I'm looking at them on paper. This is what I was shopping for myself. A lot of times, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm on paper, I'm like, this joker 2-0. I'm going to cross-reference him off the rip. I'm going to look him up on BoxRec, see whether he got an amateur background, look at his amateur background. If he ain't got no amateur fights up there, I might jump on him before I even get off the phone. You feel what I'm saying? But like, he's 2-0. I find a YouTube clip. Okay, cool. It gave me, they showed him boxing. I need another one. You know what I'm saying? Then, you find that other one, you like, oh yeah, let me get that. You calling people back, and they be like, you know what I mean? You mess around and you jump too soon, you don't get that fight. Yeah. They like, you in shape. They might not even ask you, but I used to try just go ahead and let them know that, yeah, I'm in shape too. Yeah, line me up. You know what I mean? Right. And you wouldn't get that fight. It's the one that they'll call you for that's 3 days out, man, a week out, because they know your worth. They really know you can work. They give you an opportunity to get prepared. So they saying, nah, man, we can call him about a week out. He will come too. He'll come, but he won't be the best him. Exactly. That's the one we want.
Part of the game.
I mean, but he will get those experience rounds. You know, they're a fighter. We'll get experience rounds they was looking for, and all that type of stuff. But they won't. It won't be an easy night, you know what I mean? But they sign up for the perfect night for them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not for you as a B-side guy. So it happens. And then, the A-side guy, like, he gets ducked ultimately because more times than none, nobody's fearful of anyone, right? That's the fight game. Nobody really scared to fight. Every fighter, if that's what they signed up for, that's what they like to do. Ain't nobody tripping off who they fighting. It's always about whether the playing field is right. You know what I'm saying? Not according to the A-side, B-side, but the financial. You feel what I'm saying? So like, high risk, low reward is what they were calling me in the game. There's matchmakers all over the place. They're like, man, you just a high risk, low reward guy, man. We can't even get you on the card because like we don't know which guy gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and we know it could be a bad night. So honest matchmakers that really give me the one-on-one, be like, look, man, like this guy, they want to catch you when you hit. They don't want to hear no inklings of you being in shape. They ain't trying to get you in shape. They don't want to see you at your best. You know what I mean?
So you had to bait guys in the fight.
Yeah.
Make yourself look like you wasn't ready to
mess around, be outside at the McDonald's with a Whopper in front of a promoter. Like
for real. I'm about to say.
Sometimes it be like that, but like more times than none, once if you laying down a lot, you know what I mean? And I had a couple moments where I you know what I mean, pissed on myself, so to speak, but they weren't the same as you know, a thrown incident. It was more mental, psychological type of warfare going on in my life. When you see me like get stopped, it's more so a thing. You know what I mean? More than boxing at that time.
Right.
So, the situation, because like ultimately, you know, people got to realize there's a human side and all that, right? So the human side in that is that ultimately, you know, you are amongst the people, you're still losing, right? So what does that do for a person that doesn't have the mental fortitude to kind of withstand what their body is going through at that time, whether it be mental and physical? I just happen to be like a really strong guy mentally, you feel what I'm saying? But like, I seen guys, man, I seen one guy, took my hat off to him, sidebar. He from Indianapolis. He had like 200 and something losses. And I'm like, my hero. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I say, cause you fighting two, 3 different wars. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't fighting the basic war that everybody trying to fight. That's to get to the top. I don't know what your plight was. 234. I kind of understand. You know what I'm saying? Cause of where I stand, 234 snap. So after I say, man, sign my gloves, man. I said, I been looked you up. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, it's crazy, but that's a thing. 234. That's fights, period.
Yeah.
Okay, if you lost them fights. Then we got 234 fights. So talking to him, but looking into, you know, what I got going on, I'm like, it's been some nights that you just can't even get up. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, one time, true story. I drove to Philly, right? True story. Like, you couldn't make this up. I got a call on a Wednesday to fight Zoe Durandi, right? That's my man now. I drive out there and I think I'm like a pound up. I gotta get there, hop on the treadmill, and then hop on the scale. So I get out that jump, get my weight down, boom, hop on the scale, boom. We got to fight. Next day, they say, you know, they got the drive or whatever and all that. So they said you can drive over or you can catch the shuttle or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna drive over. Get outside. Tried to fire my truck up. The jump wouldn't fire up.
Damn.
I said, oh man. So I'm out there messing with that jump. This fight day, we about to go fight. Trying to fire the jump up. And go back in the hotel. I was like, man. So I called the people. I said, man, they can send the shuttle back. They was like, that's the last jump.
Oh no.
I said, all right, boom. I called the cab. I'm going to fight in a cab, man. I called the cab, boom. I get over there and wrap my hands up. They made me cut my wraps off. Because I wrap my own hands. Put the wraps back on. Said the jump was too thick or whatever. Boom, boom.
They tried to say it was stacking.
Yeah.
What?
I said, Slim, I ain't got no reason to stack. I'm already mentally in a place at this time.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, man. I'm already mentally in a place.
Rushing, trying to warm up and all that.
And God. Now, by the time I get my wraps on, they waiting on me. You know what I'm saying? My fight up. So get my second set of wraps on, get them Jones on. We come down a little tunnel walkway, and I'm trying to talk to myself, right? I'm trying to get myself in the game. I'm trying not to think about how I'm about to get home after the fight. My truck ain't even firing up. Right. But you you know what I mean? That's one thing, you feel what I'm saying, along with the other things, you know what I mean? Because now it's like, dang, man, you know what I mean? That's a whole lot, right? So that mental fortitude, I'm trying to lock back into who I am. So I'm telling myself all kind of stuff, man. You Lil Wood, man, you got to pull yourself together. Right. The same guy you been from day one, you know, giving yourself that mental pep talk. Right. And coming down the jump. And felt strange as soon as I got through the ropes or whatever. But I'm still, you know, you still trying to, you trying to shake whatever this funk up off. You feel what I'm saying? You trying to shake the jump off. And I'm, you know, and the funny thing about it though, I was a shell of myself. I think he caught me with a right hand glance and jump. You know what I mean? It jab buckled me a little bit. So I go down with my legs. Could have made the count, but I checked out. You feel what I'm saying? My whole everything was gone. You know what I mean? I was like, man, it's a lot. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So then get up, shook that joint off. Now I'm trying to figure out my next move. Right. When I couldn't leave that in the dressing room. I couldn't leave it in the dressing room. Damn. I mean, the whole thought of what I'm about to do. Get back home. Yeah. I'm like, that's crazy.
That sounds like Ken Norton.
Yeah. So a lot of times some of the L's, that one in particular was a lot mentally, but you know what I mean? That's no cop out. Right. It's just an insider. Like, man, a lot of times, you know, that's why I take my hat off to any fighter going through anything mentally and still being able to withstand and go through with a fight and stuff like that, man.
So that's why you said what you said in the gym that time. When I was talking about my days, like, man, I like your dad, all this other stuff. And I was like, he was like, man, I know your father was a good fighter. And I said, I don't know how my father did it. I just said, I was like, man, I don't know how my father did it. Because at the time, I'm in the hospital and all this other stuff. And you got to focus on another man who could legally assault you, basically.
For sure.
That, and, you know, like Ken Norton, for instance, like what he just said sound like Ken Norton. Ken Norton, when he would get ready for fights, everything had to go that way for him to perform. If one of these things isn't right, I could tell you one fight, and I could say his name, Greg Newby. Shout out to Greg Newby, man. Greg Newby was like that. Like, he didn't like, you know how Rose Crawfish, you sit in the back, but you in that glass, you can see the fights if you want. He don't like watching the fights. Like, it had to be a certain way. Like, if he can't dap you up after a certain point or whatever, like, he got to come through the same, like, certain ways. Certain stuff, man. And then one thing could throw, and it could be a fighter who isn't like that. Just, all right, get me to the ring, I'm good. But certain things, it's just hard to, and you got to go out there and perform in front of thousands of people. If you don't get that, and the other part about B-side to what Will was talking about, you could look like a real superstar in this area. I'm going to just keep it all the way, and this is me talking. I done seen it. You could look like a real superstar in this area, and people will not know that you just got paid $750, $900. Yeah. But the B-side guy is one B-side guy I can't name. This dude, I'll tell you when we get off the show, this dude was mean. Oh my goodness. I think he was like 3-0 at one point. No, it was about 4-0. This dude could fight, man. And we tried to talk to him after he fought us. And I said, man, you gonna move up here or, you know, whatever, just train with us, do this, do that. He said, nah, I'm good. So what you talking about, bro? You can fight, bro. You just gotta draw. Look, it's an undefeated kid, and that man, you gave him all he want. People in the crowd was like, man, I don't know, that fight was close round, bro. I don't know. And this is what he said. He said, why would I do that when I could go ahead? I already know how to fight. I know how to handle myself. I know what to do in situations. And I got more experience than some of these young kids I'm getting in there with. Give me the 6 rounds, and then next week I go to Atlanta. I'm already he was already scheduled to go fight in Georgia that next Friday. Then he was scheduled for New York. And they didn't put his name on the box rate, but he said, yeah, go look up this guy. That's me. I'm the TBA. They just want to make sure nothing happens tonight, cut or something.
That's real, though.
And people don't get that. We was outside George Mason. Yeah. We outside George Mason, me and my father. This dude fought Ty Barnett. He fought everybody. Good Lord. he said, "What's up, boy? You getting taller?" Talking to me and down south of John. He go, he said, "Man, my dad said, how you doing, baby?" He said, "Yeah, man, I'm feeling good, man, making money. I'm making some money." He said, "Hey, they say, I heard that." He said, "Man, yeah, I'm already scheduled to go to New York, and then I go to Jersey, and then I go to Georgia."
That's right.
And you getting 3. Sometimes those fights, the 4-rounder, you might got a prospect. Everybody, he's packing the house, and he got a whole section, but he might get 950, right? 18-year-old kid, a lot of money, right? But the journeyman he fighting, or the low-key killer he fighting, he getting $3 grand for 4 rounds.
Yeah, it be happening, Slim. A lot of people like
they don't know that.
It's some real funny change be floating around here. If they really want to move that guy, I done got some real strange change. And they like, how you come back with that? Like, it's like, to be honest, PBC was like, not, I ain't gonna say they the only ones, but every little PBC joint, they gonna pay you healthy. So I ain't been on a rack of cars after the fact. I came through when that PBC wave was kind of just getting its go, just getting off the ground and stuff like that. Ultimately, it was GOLDENBOY, a lot that I ran into.
Showbox.
Main event. I remember when NBC tried to do that inaugural thing, NBC Sports Channel. Gabriel Rosado, he was the headliner for that show. I was on that. That was like 2012. But like the ones that like nobody compared to, there was some strange change from them, right? Those are other ones, but nobody did like that PBC type stuff. That whole Barclay move put you in a whole nother bracket. Whenever you started, you get in close quarters with them people and they see you coming to work, you ain't coming to lay down and stuff like that. You're actually giving they guys good work. They're like, man, we can hit them back. You feel what I'm saying? We can hit them for. So, and they had that conversation in your presence sometimes. They be like, you ever heard of such and such? This right after coming out the ring. You ever heard of such and such? Like, yeah, I heard Slim. Like, yeah. What you think about him? What number you want for him? You feel what I'm saying? Y'all start pre-negotiation before
they doing
you
it just like that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Just got out the ring, you might be in the dressing room. And hey man, you look good. You feel what I'm saying? But you ultimately, like, this is where the understanding of who you are in that moment, kind of, we're entitled. You know what I mean? You kind of play it either way. You feel what I'm saying? Because now you can either be prideful and say what it is, or say what it ain't, because this what you signed up for, right? So more times than none, I was saying what it wasn't. I ain't gonna be prideful and say, "Oh, y'all trying to call me so I can come up here and lose again." I'm not even looking at it that way. You're trying to book me, okay? You're trying to book me,
right?
Okay?
Put money in your.
Let me look at let me look at the guy. Let me take a look at him. You know what I mean? And we get back to it.
Yeah.
I'll call you maybe Monday or Tuesday, and we try to figure something out. Then but that's man. It's the handsome money with those guys. Right. Never did anything with Top Rank. I fought one of their fighters. It's good money, but I never dealt with them personally. Been on the Top Rank show.
Right.
When I say money didn't show up until PBC rang my phone, I'd be a lie. Like they really bless you.
Right. So for you, when you came into boxing, was it ever to get a world title? You came in this because you love fighting and you was trying to feed
nah, man.
Or was it to see where it go?
Nah. Ultimately, to be a world champion, man. Don't nobody sign up. I wouldn't have signed up not to be no champion, but I didn't know. I was already behind the 8 ball by what I had on my plate. I'm transitioning from outside, trying to raise a family on the straight and narrow. You feel what I'm saying? I'm really trying to get in the flow of life, what we call life now, under this construct or whatever.
Right.
It was. I was trying to be a world champion, and didn't know that there was no, that there had to be a financial establishment before you could go anywhere, or your financial establishment be laid up in your amateur career, your amateur background, whatever you bring into the table, whether you're a national champion, you know what I mean, Olympic guy. Now you got a little bit more leverage. Now this family plight that I have or that I came in with, that's not even an issue. You know what I mean, if I have amateur accolades or I have financial backing, you know what I'm saying? So, like, didn't have either of those, so it kind of tripped me up. You know what I'm saying? But I think the dream of being a champion, it dwindled. I fought rest in peace Patrick Day. My trainer, he asked me right after that fight, brutal fight, man. That man, he was tough. You know what I mean? He was tough. We went 8 rounds. We fought down BB King out New York. And after that fight, I was 9-8. And my trainer was like, "What's next? Like, what you about to do? About to hang it up or dedicate your thing all into your training, your personal training, whatever?" I was like, "I'm gonna train. I'm gonna do my personal training, but still fighting. I'm a fighter, man."
He wasn't looking old.
I said, can't retire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. He was like, "No, I ain't saying that you was old or looking bad. He's just saying your record." Upside down. I said, "Nigga, I ain't tripping off no record, man."
Right.
I said, if they keep calling me to eat, I'm gonna keep sitting at the table. You feel what I'm saying? As long as I'm allowed, I'm gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? You get everybody, "Man, why you fighting? Why you?" Man, my plight ain't your plight. My problem ain't your problem. My world ain't your world. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask you why you still driving the trash truck. It stink. But you driving that junk. You know what I'm saying? It's yours. That's your thing. That's what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. You know what I'm saying? That's your thing. I be dismissing niggas that be like, "Man, you love that." Man, go ahead. You mad.
Right.
You mad or something.
Right. You actually doing what you love to do.
Yeah, but you know who you sound like, though?
Don't punch your clock, man.
Yeah.
But you know who you really sound like, though?
What up?
Archie Moore.
Yeah.
Archie Moore said the exact same thing. Like, he said, "I don't care. I'm getting fights. I want to fight. So this is what I want to do. So, and I'm still, everything looks right. I'm still talking right. Still moving right. Everything. I still see stuff coming. I know I'm still reacting. All right, so I'm still going to fight." And how can I put this? Not everybody think like that. And I got to be real. What Mr. Wood is saying, you can't expect that from me. I hate to put it that way, but it ain't the 50s no more. 100%, yeah. It ain't the 80s no more. You're not going to hear that from every fighter.
It's the glitz and the glamour.
It's the glitz and the glamour. You got dudes who want to be, you got pretty boys out here who want to be boxers but don't want to be fighters. Yeah. That they want that duck or things like that. And you got guys that that don't come in to be world champion. I've talked to plenty of fighters who's like, "Oh, if it happened, it happened." Matter of fact, Jerry Hurd is very open about it. He'll tell you, he said, "Man, when I came into it, I wasn't expecting to be a world champion. I was just taking it one fight at a time because I wanted to see what I had left, you know, because, so not all the time."
He blessed me with his career. I was just like, wow. Because, you know, remember how he was coming through. You know, man, he wasn't the guy as in the amateurs, but
at all. People don't believe me on camera when I say that. He was not the guy.
Man, he blessed me. I was like, wow. I was so happy for him, man. I'm just like, dang, man, we don't even have that type of relationship, but like from afar, I was like, that blessed me because, like you just said, you just was a testament to it. Like I don't believe he could supersede what happened to him. You know what I mean? Couldn't kind of foresee that. I mean, like,
unified.
Boom, just perfectly. Hey, but he had to grind and get there. Yeah, he had to bang out. He fought some guys.
Oh yeah.
So, like, my hat's off to him. Yeah, for sure.
And you gotta think like these. When you fight these type of fights, you really have to be secure with yourself. Because you have, and that's one thing that Mr. Will has is you, because you got to know that you can fight. And you got to know that you don't have too many bad habits to take certain fights like that. Because so many fighters, I done seen that it happens to them at 23-0, and it might be a guy who is a killer, and they wind up who might be undefeated like him or whatever, and they lose to him like, you know, he got moved too fast. Or I done been in dressing rooms where I had to calm a kid down before. Like, hey, relax. Throwing the same punches you've been throwing. You slipping the same stuff you've been slipping. It's just another day at the office. And he went out there and did great. I was like, just shut the crowd off. Once you step in through the ropes, shut the crowd off. Shut it off. It's another small session. All right? That's it. And sometimes some guys can't do that, man. Right. Sometimes it's hard to handle it, man. Right.
So where you at in your career now? You still got an inch to go fight again, or?
Oh yeah, man. Like it's different now. It's a lot different now. It's more opportunistic. I'm a more of an opportunist now. Yeah. Than anything else. So it's like the ones that make sense to me. I'll take those. Kind of doing my personal training thing now. So it's like, that's where I'm at. Training young fighters and stuff like that. Along with, you know, the elaborate
helping guys like me in the gym.
Trainer type of deal. But yeah, he's a good guy, man. Like all the time, he's one of them guys.
What's the name of your personal training business again?
Keeping You Alive.
Okay.
That's me. You can reach me at 202-910-4188. That's I'm pretty much a gym on wheels. You feel what I'm saying? Everything that I do, I kind of got it out the trunk.
Right.
Whether it be the mitts, setting up a whole curriculum or whatever. A walking gym. You know? But I hang out at round 15. You know, big shout out to round 15. Get a lot of work out of it. You know, pretty much that's my lane right now. Yeah. That's why I'm dedicating all my time to. I do a lot with the rec centers in Southwest and stuff like that. You know, a lot of little small contracts here and there with schools and things like that. Dropping in for PE classes.
Oh, that's what's up.
Just trying to be a community guy with my craft. Not just giving it to a certain type of people. I was at a all-female school out way out Maryland somewhere, Notre Dame, and that was an experience. Like wow, you know, I'm being booked to train, you know, these people.
Right? Was it you training like boxing or was it like physical fitness?
This was boxing. Man.
Boxing, okay.
You know, everybody kind of wants it. Everybody wants a piece of it. So getting acquired by all walks of life, you know what I mean? No matter the ethnic background or male, female, everybody want to work. Yeah, and the kids all the way up. So everybody just want to box a little bit. I'm the guy. I be there all the time. So yeah, but I do that mainly. But any chance I get somebody bring that line, I'm coming. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it got to make sense. You know what I mean? I've had a few calls, and you know, it's crazy how, you know, your relationships grow through the fight game, because it's like, you know, you get all kind of weird calls. Sometimes it be a kid you know, a kid you know, and you be like, man, come on, man. Right. No, I ain't fighting Slim, man. You know what I mean? Nice piece of change, but come on, man. Yeah. Ain't doing that. I mean, so that's for all people that's going to catch this jump. Yeah. Be like, man, the nigga be talking about he ain't ducking nobody. Man, that ain't ducking. That's making a wise decision to not, like, you overstepping boundaries. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't about to fight no kid that I mess with. You feel like? Not like that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much in a place where I'm doing something different, but if I mess with you like that, man, I can't help you move forward. Right. Not off of me.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, but like, not no baby. Because now, you know, you start to look at it in a different light. You gotta, I'll say it like this. I think, I ain't gonna tell that one. But true story, sometimes you'll go through a dialogue and you guys will know before that situation even happened, right? Even wherever it goes, if it ever gets to that point. And you let each other know, you know, if my name cross your table, it's nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So the guys, you have guys like that, then you have guys that don't know the protocol. It's like, come on, man, why you did you allow them to make that phone call? Did you agree? You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? But like it happens. So just got to try to make sure you draw the line, because I'm an elder, man.
Exactly.
41 years old, man. I'm not, you're not about to be a baby getting no stripes off of me. Not if I know you like this.
Since you were a kid, like he's known me since I was a teenager.
Yeah. Right.
That don't make sense for me.
Yeah.
Don't make sense.
I think the last time I saw you fight, it was at Dusty's card for Santos.
Yeah.
Were you there just watching the fight and you just jumped in there?
People gotta understand what me and Big saw. Like, this man is like, oh yeah, what time I go in the ring? All right, cool. So he go hang out over here. He go back over here. Hey, so what we doing? We switch. All right, cool. So he go back out, come back in. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go and start getting ready now. All right, such. And then what was so beautiful though about that moment when we watched them.
The ring was empty. Nobody was there. Y'all was just working. It was beautiful to me.
Wasn't even just that. Was what he did to Santo afterwards, saying, "It's all about you now, kid. I'm here if you ever need anything.
Yeah, sure.
You got this."
It's all him.
That was beautiful. I was like,
that was all, man. Like, I talked to numerous guys about the young guys and stuff like that. Like, like I said, we was talking about if I know you, it's a little bit different. But you know, if I don't know you, you're a young, you know what I mean? I work with you possibly, right? So that it's more so the B-side guy has to be there. Right? He ultimately has to be there. If it be no B-side guy, we have no fight game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like he has to be there. So with them, I just be trying to share with them like if I'm in there with you or whatever, like that situation, that's for experience. You know? A lot of people not gonna be as loose and as fluid at this point in your career. Whoever you might fight, everybody gonna have the same mindset as you. Everybody gonna kind of be super tense or whatever. They not gonna try certain stuff that I might try. You know what I'm saying? By being where I'm at in the game, not having nothing to lose. You feel what I'm saying? I can try whatever I want to try. Right. I'm really not. I don't have any reins holding me back because I'm not trying to be calculated at this point. I'm just here to put on a show. Right. So just try to tell them to use it as a learning experience. You know, just trying to be there for them youngins, man. Right. Like, that's ultimately what I'm left to do in the fight game. You're not gonna get no real calls for, you know, a live guy with 20, 30 wins. Not where I'm at this point. I'm gonna get something anywhere between 17 and 0 on down, and the record could be 17 and 1, whatever. The mix can be any type of blend, but you're not gonna get that top guy. So what do you primarily what I'm gonna receive across the table is a prospect. My job is to try to knock him off until I realize, hey man, this young and jive sweet. Now it's my job just to teach for the next few rounds.
Right. But you weren't supposed to fight that night at all.
Nah, man.
You weren't even scheduled. You was there watching the fight.
Nah, man. It was funny. Nah, I wasn't there watching the fight. I was in the house. I was supposed to be working on what I did, I worked Hugh Hines' corner and Donnell Poe that night. Yeah, me and Snow worked those two corners, whatever, Wiley. But yeah, I'm supposed to be working corners, but you know, I mean, right before I left the house, you know, man hit me. He said, "Hey, man," he said, "You got," he said, "You got your gym bag with you?" I was like, "Nah." He's like, "Bring your gym bag with you." I was like, "All right, bet." Bag.
Drop of a head though.
Oh my God. I don't know what's what, but all I know is I'm about to get paid. That's just my mentality at this point. I mean, don't nobody call the people at Taco Bell and be like, "Hey man, you can bring some tacos with you when you come." Just they'll say bring some flour tortillas when you come and some beef. Right. They know they going to make tacos. Point blank period. It's no misunderstanding. They ain't understanding why, how many. You told me to bring some. Evidently, it's a feast, right? So that's Taco Bell situation. But my situation, they say bring your gear. It's work time. You know what I mean? And to an arena, I'm not doing anything.
And you had just fought there some months prior. You fought Chop. It was like looking in the mirror when he fought Chop, bro.
But getting some money. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, we work a little. Situation, I would say Santos ain't had no opponent or whatever. Opponent fell out somehow, and you know, that's my guy. If it'd been something else, like I don't know how it would have went, but when that was presented, I said, "Oh, of course, it's my man." I mean, we gonna shake it out. You know what I mean? Make sure people get a look, and you know, he gets some experience under the lights. You know what I mean? So man, my job is to give back, and a lot of people got to give back in so many different ways. But you give back the way that you can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Even though I got a stipend offer, but at the same time, I gave him something that was priceless.
Right.
Experience that night. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And we always used to laugh and joke and talk about, man, we gonna get some rounds. Where he used to always, that's what the youngins do. Man, when we gonna get some rounds, I'm gonna get you in there and get some rounds. I'm like, so the funny thing, we was back there in the dressing room, and I said, we finally about to get some rounds.
Yeah, right.
And we laughed about it, but yeah, because that's just not something that I naturally do. There's a lot of guys that's in the gym that naturally just like doing that type of stuff. That's just not me, far as just getting up in the ring with guys and sparring and stuff like that. I'm here to work.
Yeah.
On the mitts.
Right.
I ain't sparring y'all, man. So I try to let them, you know, they that's their lane. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, y'all done came up, and like right now, y'all too much work for me right now. I gotta really, really prepare to work for y'all.
Right.
You know, prepare to work with y'all, because like they not none of them babies. They not babies.
Yeah.
They any given day they can put me down. So
for sure.
Like, nah, I ain't sparring with y'all. So it was just a pleasure to be able to give him a live sparring.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
What you did was so beautiful for him, man, because you know we saw him earlier in the night. He was down because his opponent was. He's like, man, he was taking off his gear like, fuck, I'm just not gonna fucking fight then. And then what you did for him, it was huge. I think he'll never forget that, because he actually got a chance to go out there and at least get some rounds in. You know, I saw his whole demeanor change when you came and y'all got in there. He was able to be under the lights, like you said. That was huge, man. I had a lot of respect for you after that night. Man.
Like I said, you know, the strange part is why you gotta explain that to niggas, man. Like, come on, man. It should have been a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I mean, you understand, if you understand the fight game, because that could have been like, everybody go through it. Whereas you got a fight lined up, fight don't happen. That could have just been a cold situation. You know what I'm saying? And you got people around here say they mess with you, right? And you like, dang, man, couldn't get nobody come to do no exhibition, couldn't get nobody to find me no another opponent, you feel what I'm saying? All these people in the network, you feel what I'm saying? Help in the lane that you can help in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that was my lane at that time.
Right.
I mean, in that moment, that was the lane that I had to walk in to be able to help someone else, you feel what I'm saying? And I tell that to all the people, especially like being on the B side, I tell that to all the people I fight, you feel what I'm saying? Especially like on the back end of what I got going on. I was like, Slim, you know what I mean? They're gonna grow, you feel what I'm saying? They come to me, they be like, man, you know, the fighter learned a whole lot from you tonight. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you, you feel what I'm saying? Giving them all kind of looks, you feel what I'm saying? Not that you going in there staging nothing, you just going in there doing you. And that's just something that other people just can't duplicate, because they're under that unnecessary pressure of being great. And at this time, look, I ain't trying to be great. I'm trying to fool you, though. I'm trying to put you in a trick bag. Hopefully I can be great, you feel what I'm saying? But like, not trying to, because I tell everybody it's an on and off switch. And I tell everybody, you don't want to get to the place where you have the on and off switch and you don't know how to turn it on anymore. And I think that's where the place that I'm in, you know what I mean? I say I'm turning it on, but my on switch is like a vibrator or something. But you still got all the moves, but you just can't return fire the same way. So, you know, it's one of the things. That's the way you give back, though. You gotta have your thing. Everybody got a thing. Y'all got a thing, right?
Yeah.
It's y'all thing. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It look good on y'all, man.
Appreciate you, man. For sure. Yeah, you brought up the chop fight.
It was like, look, them two fight similar in my opinion.
It was similar,
like it was like looking in a mirror. Both of them doing the same move to the boom, walk off, boom, come back, boom, boom. So I'm like, it's like
a lot of old school
shit.
A lot of old school shit.
You could almost immediately understand. You didn't have to watch the fight with no volume or nothing. You watch the first 30 seconds, and I tell everybody, this just us. You know what I'm saying? I say you can automatically pick up. Didn't even have to know who the guys were. Them bams from DC, I guarantee. Look at their style. They got DC style. Like everybody, everybody can talk about it all they want to. But like Ray Leonard put it on the map, and then it was guys before him, but like Ray Leonard ultimately put it on that big stage, and you just see it through a lot of the styles of the fighters locally, man, everybody got that bop. You know what I mean? If you ain't got the bop, you might be from somewhere else. You know what I mean? But even the pressure fighters,
yeah,
too. Like one band used to do a real good. Antoine Douglas. Yeah. Shoot, Action Man. He press you out with the same bop like Ray Leonard got, but like that's how that fight was. You can pick that up. That was a good little scrap too. I enjoyed being in there with Chop Chop. Yeah. He don't know he blessed my world, but like we talked about it. I mean, I said, man, you really, really like I was honored to share the ring with him. You know, because just the way my movement goes. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I was hot, I might not have got that fight.
Right.
And it just, kind of fell in my lap. But I really appreciated being in there with him. I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the age where I can still be learning. You feel me? I'm 41, but I'm pretty much like 20 years old in the game. Yeah. I ain't even 20 years old. I'm like a pup in the game. But so I'm still kind of grabbing stuff. I'm throwing that into my personal training, my coaching as a boxing coach and stuff like that. So I'm actually learning on both sides now. You know what I'm saying? But like that fight in particular, man, that joint did something for me.
No, for
real big, man.
For sure. And not only did that, I mean, you could tell in the arena after the fight was over, the respect y'all got. It was almost a standing ovation for you and Chop, man. That was spectacular to see.
Yeah, man. And a lot of people didn't even, because I've been on the road so long. You know what I mean? A lot of people like just bringing me back was like, wow, man. We didn't even know this dude was still fighting. Everybody was trying to figure out, like, dang, man, you been on how long? I'm like, y'all ain't been keeping up. Y'all better catch up. I got like 40 fights. You know what I'm saying? But people thought a lot of people, the casual fan, they thought I stopped fighting and stuff like that. But then I saw a lot of support, like, did something real big for me, because it's like by the time I get out of it mentally, I was like, man, it's crazy, because, I think I was trying to speak on this a little bit earlier about the emotions. You as a fighter, you still go through human emotion. And, being on the road, you get booed a lot. You feel what I'm saying? But you always bank on your talent. You feel what I'm saying? Every time I left anywhere, it was like, man, good fight, man. They sweet out there, man. How your record get like that? You feel what I'm saying? Right. but just to know that, the love still there. Because I ain't fought at home, man. But prior to that, last time I fought at home was like 2012, the Norman fight.
Man, it's been that long.
2011.
Wow, man. That's why the reaction was like it was when.
Man. I was like, everybody was coming out. I was seeing people from high school, middle school. I was like, man, how y'all know? Like, it was like, man, we was coming to see Chop. We didn't know he was fighting you. Like, everybody had the same story. They didn't even know I was fighting.
Wow.
So that fight was made overnight.
Yeah.
Right. The fight was made on the weigh-in was Friday. That fight was made on Thursday.
Yeah, because he was supposed to fight Cornell.
Oh,
and that fell through. And then, of course, again, like a professional. Right. Like let me repeat that. Like a professional.
Like a professional, for sure. They called when they hit me. I was like, I said, what's the weight on the jump? It was like 145. I was like, man, I don't know if I could do 45. I might could do 47. They like, how much you weigh now? I was like, I'm probably like 168. It's overnight. You feel what I'm saying? So I said, let me get on the treadmill tonight. I'm gonna text you when I get on the treadmill. Get on the treadmill. I go from 68 to 58. I lay down.
How y'all do it, man?
I lay down. I said, man, lock me in, send the contract over. Because I know if I do the same thing in the morning, that's gonna be 48. You know what I'm saying? 48. I still have a little bit of time. Them last 3 off, right? So just so happened though, the Most High blessed me. I told him go ahead and send the contract when I got down to 58. Boom. That was that night. Friday morning, hop on the treadmill, boom, my plastic, per usual.
I'm just waiting for him to finish to say, so go ahead. Go ahead. Tell it.
I hop off the treadmill. I just hop straight in the car. I ain't even get on hop in the shop on more. Get in the car, I ain't even check the scale. I know where I'm supposed to be. Feel what I'm saying? If I'm anywhere where I'm supposed to be, I'm on weight. Right? They can't deny the weight. Either I'm 1 over or I'm on, right? I'm thinking I'm at 47 because of the 10 pounds, right? From 58 to 48. I'm thinking if I drive, chew my gum, spit, and all that bullshit, good. So
say that part again real quick for people who don't know. Because I said it on here.
Chewing my gum and spitting, right? You have to have those if you feeling suspect.
Right.
If you're feeling a little bit suspect, go ahead and grab you some gum and a little spittoon, and you go ahead and get busy. Especially, I had like an hour to drive. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm driving and spitting. You feel what I'm saying? So then get there and 145. Woo, 145.
How long was you on the treadmill that Thursday night?
I'll be on there for an hour.
An hour with the plastic on.
An hour with the plastic on, give me 10 pounds every time. An hour with the plastic on, and I know that for a fact. I give me, if I stay on there for 2 hours, I'm gonna do 15.
Okay.
15 pounds. But I haven't had to do 2 hours in years.
Right.
I did 2 hours when I was still trying to fight 40, stuff like that. But yeah, 1 hour would be maxing it for me. And then like a lot of times, if I got time, 30, I do two 1 hour sessions. That's 20 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Then I come right back and do a 30-minute session. That's another 5. You know what I'm saying? And then I walk right into the weigh-in. That's 2 days before the fight. That's even if you're on, but when you're on, the gap of weight is not that big. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like this was the tricks. Everybody used to call me the master of the weight cut.
Yeah.
They're like, man, we know niggas ain't called you but yesterday.
Right.
We saw you the day before. You was eating a Philly cheesesteak. You know what I mean? Like,
and he played football at a high level. That's why he's looking at you like that. Because his whole thing is gaining. Yeah. So he's talked to me plenty of times. I'm like, you can't talk to me about cutting weight because I've never really had to as much.
It's incredible how y'all drop that weight like that.
Crazy,
it's incredible.
The first 10 is a gimme almost because you're looking at it as water.
Yeah, right.
So me, I never had to cut because of my body's type or whatever. I was never about 4 maybe. But first 10 is like, that's going to go. That's water or whatever. The last, sometimes the only hard part, and I did deal with this, is when I had to make 32 and like I got to 35 and it was like a dead stop almost. And they cut the last 3.
Oh, yeah, but that's the hard part.
People don't get that.
Couple of pounds.
The
meat of it is easy, man.
Yeah.
You walk straight through that part. It's like the last 2 or 3. You be like, man, why?
Yeah. Why you stop now?
Right. So shit, if you can cut that much weight in 2 days, so when you got like 8-week camp and people missing weight, like what's going on in that situation where they not making weight?
They playing. They gotta be playing, man, because there's no way. Or they waited like they was a B-side fighter and waited to make the drastic cut in a day or 2 because they wanted to eat and feel good while they working out. And don't get me wrong, it's nothing wrong with that because if you know you got the ability to do it in a 2 or 3 day span, I don't recommend it. But
in the long run,
it's gonna mess you all the way up. Your body, you're gonna have a whole lot of problems.
Right.
Your body down the stretch. But like, if you got an 8-week camp, 6-week camp, there should be no reason for you to be missing weight. I mean, unless your scale is miscalibrated or something like that. Now I can give you that one. But other than that, it's no reason. Right. I don't have no excuse for no one.
Gotcha.
What I tell you about that old school fight, they all say the same thing. My father, Mr. Wood, Monster March, all of them old school minded fight. This is supposed to be your job, and the one thing you can't do is make weight. Yeah. People always like tanking all them, like, bro, every time we always in the tournament, your butt underweight. How you always gonna, man, you met my father, bro.
Yeah,
like, he ain't having it.
That's
He not having it.
The worst, man. Because that's the matter of, especially in the amateurs, it's a matter of fighting or not. You know what I mean? Because, like, if it's a tournament, you just in or out. You know what I mean? But if you're in a match bout, you might get a little bit of fluctuation, but you got to get calibrated. This is one of the understandings of why the people invest so much money when you have that highly decorated amateur, because he understands this already. He's been understanding this as an 8-year-old kid all the way up until he's 20 now, of the importance of making weight. You feel what I'm saying? Or he should, right?
Right.
So now this is why I can invest in him, because he has a master's in boxing. That's a master's degree. Then you got a guy like myself, came in at 27, 28. You know what I'm saying?
That's incredible, man.
They can't give me. I don't have an elementary education
in boxing.
You know what I'm saying? He got a master's. Who's gonna get the money? You feel what I'm saying? So like the weight cut is one of the majors. You know what I'm saying, that you have to understand.
You know, but if you know who's he's parallel to though, your favorite fighter, Gabriel Rosado. Cause just think, look at how Gabriel came up.
That's my man.
Yeah.
One turn of the money, he's Gabriel Rosado.
Right.
Yeah.
Just one turn of the money.
I can see that.
Opposite way.
That night. I was there that night when it turned for him. I was there. I was on that car. And it just, I couldn't turn it on.
Right.
I was behind. Like the kid was, he was what he was. He was what he was supposed to be. I was a facade. I'm telling everybody thought I was there, but mentally and the understanding of what I was doing, it wasn't there. It was my shot, man. I wish they had the film. You know, a lot of times the film, when you really fought some guys, a lot of the film don't show up. It's not because the fight wasn't juicy, because the fight was ugly. Made the guy
look bad. Yeah, so you gotta hide that footage or lock it.
They're trying to build a persona for the guy. All right, so this guy, you know, we rumbling and all that, but I'm like, if I'd have knew what I was doing and why I was doing it, it was an easy fight to win. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't saying that I beat the guy. I clearly lost.
It was the experience. That's all.
But it was like that night. It was Gabe was the headliner, and I swear, like everybody was like, "Man, he couldn't touch you. If you threw 5 punches, you'd have beat him." I didn't know how to counter at that point. I was still learning.
You were still learning the dance of, he punched, I punch. You thinking he punched, I move, I punch. Instead of sometimes like he punched, but maybe I could go in between the dance and get my shot off and move. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Outside looking in, everybody thought I was the more polished fighter. The outside looking in, it was like, oh yeah, he looking like Mayweather. He about to hurt this guy. I couldn't get nothing out of my pocket. Nothing, man. It was just the learning curve. He was way up here, and I was here. The opportunity that I got was just too much at that time for me. I was really like a novice amateur fighting pro.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I was a novice amateur fighting pro.
Right. Yeah. So if you could look back at your career, is there anything that you would change, and what advice would you give to somebody that came in at your age, 25, 26, and wanted to start boxing?
Man. Changing anything, you know, that conversation can be elongated, right?
Yeah.
But I would say the financial backing.
Okay.
And started a little bit earlier. Started as a pup. You know? Those are the two majors that I look back on. Like, man, if I'd have started as a baby,
like at least 16 or 17,
16, somewhere around in there, younger, and having financial backing. Those probably the only two that changed. But as far as the way my career went, the experiences that I got, like I said, I've been to many places that I never would have went to. Met a lot of people that I never would have met. Probably if I was on the A side. You know what I'm saying? I met these people through the B side, but you know, could have been something else. But no real regrets. Just the front side, I would change. Financial backing on the amateur experience being from a youngin'. And then I say the advice I give to the older guys, you know, stay locked in, man. Make this be the sole thing that you're chasing. Nothing else can kind of infiltrate what you got going on. If you're locked into the gym, be locked in, be dedicated to the gym, be a fighter all day, every day. The same way you go to school and you take math, reading, writing, all that. That time, that same type of time should be put into when you leave the gym, studying boxing. You know what I'm saying? Watching film, looking at the older guys, figuring out who you are
as a fighter.
You know, early. You know what I mean? And not wasting any time because the older fighter, your window is about 5 years, right? Just to keep it real. The older fighter, I don't care if you're 25 and up or 30. You feel what I'm saying? It's like a 5-year window for that older guy. Now, we're not talking about the end all be all. We're talking about to capture that thing that you're chasing, world stardom or championships, the belts, and what have you, the financial gain. So you're talking about 5-year window. If you don't do that in 5 years, 9 times out of 10, your brain is going to start to get to wandering, right? You're going to start to be distracted. This can vary, maybe a year under or a year more, you know what I mean? But it's like, that's what's going to happen to you. You got 5 years. Max out. Do the best you can in those 5 years and let the chips fall where they may. Because if you do it right, as an older fighter, if you do it right, have the financial backing, a little bit of money behind you, make sure you have, man, I'm going to be honest, make sure you have like $200,000 just to be burning through. You know what I'm saying? To propel yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have that type of cushion as an older fighter. You know what I'm saying? To propel yourself and just give it all you got. But make sure you max out within that 5-year period. And you should be right there knocking at the door. You should be 20-0, 25-0, somewhere around that number to where you can demand a title shot. Somebody going to call your number. And you go in there and seize the moment as that older fighter, you feel what I'm saying? But the younger fighter, when you get to that point, there's a different scenario. You can play so many different hands because you're the younger fighter. The older fighter got to go get it as soon as possible and take advantage of that first opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That first opportunity after you've created that 20-0, 17-0, whatever. And I say anywhere in between 17-0 on up. That older fighter can take a chance. You feel what I'm saying? But at 25, for that younger fighter, you feel what I'm saying? He doesn't have to take that chance because he's kind of moved in a different manner because he's usually that younger fighter is dominated in the amateurs. You feel what I'm saying? He's built a name for himself, built a nice tight resume or whatever. So now he can fight anybody he want to fight. He can be 40-0 and still haven't touched anybody yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference in between the two. But the younger fighter, I just tell them to keep their head to the ground. Make sure they find out this is what they want to do early. You know what I mean? I'm not a big fan for the youngins that, you know, everybody got their way, man. But like, I'm not a big fan of people, you know, you raise your kids how you want to raise your kid. But I'm not a big fan of got the kid over here, you telling them they're going to be a chef, but you got them doing basketball drills all the time. You feel what I'm saying? You watch basketball all the time on the TV, but you didn't convince your child they're going to be a chef, be a cook. You eat out all the time. Eat at McDonald's. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to be a chef. You walk around and you parading the kid around. You're going to be a chef one day. You feel what I'm saying? But you don't do chef stuff. You feel what I'm saying? You do everything more than you do the chef stuff, right? So, like my kids, man, it's boxing, man. They do some of everything, but like I'm just not in a stickler for people that's serious about it. Like I got one that he's super serious about it. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what the rest of them gonna do. But I got one. He on go. You know what I'm saying? All he know is boxing. He got the little ones behind him that's moving the same way. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I play basketball, football, run track, young fighter. Find out what you want to do right now, all right, and lock in because you're wasting time. If you keep saying, I'm nice at everything, you're wasting time. You know what I'm saying? Boxing, you got to be all the way in. Right. It's not one of them sports that you can kind of...
You will get hurt.
Playing over here,
multi-athlete.
You can't be no multi-athlete. You can. I'm not going to say that you're not that talented, but at the same time, I advise you not to because it's not healthy for a fighter. You feel what I'm saying? You can't be distracted by too many things. Right. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just like in life. You feel what I'm saying? If you say you are this, you feel what I'm saying? Why are you being so entertained by that? You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You just contradicting yourself every day. You feel what I'm saying? So I tell the young fighter, man, just stay locked in, win as many tournaments as you can win. You feel what I'm saying? Stay in the eyes of the people. You know, stay grounded. Stay out of trouble, man. You know, just stay on the positive up and down. You know, just focus on your craft. Watching film, you know, things of that nature. Watching the fights, you should know when the fights come on. You should know all the fighters. You feel what I'm saying? You know the rapper name.
Yeah.
You ain't no rapper.
Right.
But you know the rapper name, and you don't know this fighter that I just brought up to you. You know what I'm saying? It don't play on your intellect, but at the same time, it shows what you're more concerned about. And you know, so my thing is with anybody that signed up for boxing, man, you can't really do too many things. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta align your life up with boxing.
You
can't make boxing line up with your life.
Yeah.
It's like Arturo Gatti father said when he was like, Arturo Gatti amateur record was, give me a second, 76-12. And he was trying to make the Canadian Olympic team. Then he went to nationals. Then he went to international competition. He was good. But his father told him one day, he came in the house late. His father opened up the door. He said, you can't be a rock star and a boxer too. You got to pick one. You got to pick one. And that just goes down. And in this sport, I never forget Tony Bellew he said, once you turn 16, my father said the same thing. Once you turn around 16, 17, there should be a certain commitment you got to take now if you're going to really do this. Because you will get found out sooner in that ring, sooner or later. And it will show up in a bad way if you are not fully committing at this particular point. Right. But for me personally, close out, I want to say, you're a Hall of Famer in my book, legend. You know that, man. You always been a killer to me. And my goodness, the skill sets that he always had to be able to switch from here, switch here, know why he's doing it, know why he's going to shoot his jab from here, if he's going to put someone or giving you a throwaway to sit there and lure you in, all different traps that he uses. I learned a lot watching you, man. And I wanted to put it on a big stage and say that I learned a lot watching you, Wood, and it may help me in certain parts of my game. Okay, maybe if his back foot's like this, let me try this or whatever. And then my dad helping me, things like that. And so I always consider you a legend and tip my hat to you, legend.
Appreciate you, Chad.
I
appreciate you, man, because like I say, that's the human part. That's the human part that you always get. You get that juicy human part from the community, the fight community, man. It's a real thing. But then you got, you need both sides. You need the pros and the cons, the fans and the haters, right?
Right.
So it's like the human side. It's like every time I'm out there, I'm like, man, whatever's being said, nobody gets to feel what I feel. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody gets to feel it. Nobody gets to feel the downtime or the up times. But it's like walking out of that ring, I've never not had the embrace. You see what I'm saying? No matter it seems like the record just goes out the window, man.
Yeah.
And,
you know who can fight. Like, come on. I don't care with nobody. You know who can fight.
Yeah.
You know what you're looking at.
For sure.
You still, as a fighter, you still kind of want that. You still want the love. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you like, man, look, I know I've been brought here to lose, right? But grade me on this performance rather than,
the end result.
The prejudice, right? So then, you get you go through the prejudice, but like, ultimately walking back through those people. And
they pat you on the back.
You still got jokers be wanting autographs, take pictures and stuff.
Yep.
They might be the casual fan more times than none, little kids and stuff. And you be like, man, you still need that little piece from time to time. You know what I mean? That little piece to keep you level. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Slim, because I done seen Bammers that really, you got some B-side guys that really can't fight. You feel what I'm saying? You done seen them come out there with the tennis
shoes on, basketball shorts.
And the basketball.
And I'm like, no, what are they doing? They about to get this guy hurt.
And me understanding, you feel what I'm saying? Because more times than none, I share the dressing room with these same guys. More times than none. Not that, them that's usually happening on the smaller shows, but I've been on a lot of small shows. And like, it's dramatic when you see it from a wise and an understanding lens, but to them, they don't even know what's going on. That's the hurtful part. They don't even know.
They have no clue.
And then they can't fight. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, man, you're not getting cheered for when you're out there. You're getting laughed at, right? And you come back, and you gotta mind you, you guys got a family, man.
Yeah.
Half of them got a family. You not only you get out there and they do what they do, and then they come back. A lot of them guys confide in me because more times than none, I'll be the only one in the dressing room confident and kind of looking put together. You feel what I'm saying? They be like, he must know his way around.
Right.
Why he ain't nervous?
I think it's the tassels in the velvet. It's the tassels in the velvet.
Hey, so like I usually, I'm there for them guys from the going out to the coming in, I be like they backstage minister. You feel what I'm saying? So it be so many different hats you can wear, man. You be counseling and everything. Back there on the B side, jokers be like, "Hope I don't die."
Nah,
yeah, I swear it was one dude at show place
on some different stuff up here, man.
It was one dude at show
like,
place.
Man,
What do I do?
You sign up?
Right.
Yeah, dude in show place one time. Told I think it was Greg Ack told me this story. He said, "You remember this fight?" I said, "Yeah, you fought Jared in the main event." He said, "Man, you remember the dude for such and such?" I said, "Yeah, man, he was in the back going. So what do I do if I go down?" Like he didn't have, but he had. You would think he knew what he was doing because he came out. He had the like Adidas boxing boots. All this. It looked like he had the Olympic ones. Like he was
he looked apart.
Yeah, he had the Olympic, Adidas.
How when the nigga walk
the joint they go always like, yeah.
You be like, oh, he nice. Just because of this shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He got the limit. Oh, he must can work a little bit.
Yeah, like, oh, he got some miles on. He must know how to move around the ring a little bit. And the thing is, though, you know when it's bad, because when you around the fight game long enough, you know not to look up. You know to look down. Like, you want to see his feet first. Mm-hmm. Like, how he move around first. Once you see how he move around, you know, oh, yeah, this dude ain't got that experience.
Mm-hmm. Like,
once you see his feet move.
His cousin gave him.
You come right, hand me down.
Once you see he cross his feet or he just rhythm not right from the bottom up, oh, yeah, it's over. It's over. This is bad. This is about to be bad. One dude, they did this to Jerry Odom. This Jerry Odom was a killer, bro.
Jerry was down old school. Like, when I was down there, that was a minute ago.
Yeah, I remember Top of the Crab Shack up by Iverson. I mean, he was coming in there sparring the dude Cameroon. He was sparring him, 16. And this dude was growing, so he about, let's say, 4-0, 6-0, something like that at times, like Rosecroft. You know, and remember I told you how those cars used to be Jared, Mike Reed, Damon, Lantes, whatever. This dude come out, and I saw the guy at the weigh-in. I saw the guy when I got there to the fight and saw how he came in. And I'm like, this guy has no idea what he's in for. Mm-hmm. And they bought him out. He gets in the ring. And then here comes Jerry. And Jerry, whole face change. He got the music and everything. And you could see the guy looks this way and sees Jerry coming, and you could see his whole face just change. Like it hit him. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, this is bad. This ain't wrestling. And this ain't wrestling. And he literally he didn't even tuck like this. He just immediately went took the bite and just crawled to the ground. Like, yeah, that happens.
Pressure get real. Pressure get real.
You guys see them get to the back, man. You like, dad, man, what you supposed to tell them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, what you tell them?
I always had something for them, you know what I mean? But it was like, dang, man. Like,
right.
So yeah, just to know that even though you're amongst that pack of individuals, because you on the B side, it was like, man, just an ultimate, like that was my moment of standing out all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the B side guy they remember every time.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times that was the thing that drove me when I was still rolling. I'm like, y'all, you know, and like, oh, it's gonna be all knockouts. That's how y'all tripping. I'm about to go out and do work. You know what I mean? So like, you know, that was my driving point. But like, you wanted to have that. It's like, don't get me mixed up because I'm over here with these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother ball game when I get out there.
Exactly.
You come back. Then you know, get your little clothes on and stuff like that. You come out, you get that warm response. You know what I mean, man, you putting in work, you know what I mean? You need that. You know what I mean? You wouldn't sign up if you didn't need it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might not be looking for that, but you ultimately need to hear somebody say, hey man, that was all right. You don't want to be in your head like, I'm the only one think I did.
All these people, I'm the only one think I did all right.
Must not have did all right. You feel what I'm saying? So you always still gotta have that to keep you balanced.
Right.
I mean, a little small piece of affirmation. You know? I ain't a guy that need a lot of that, but
it's always good to have a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Because it'll mess you up. Disrupt your whole world. You like, dang, man, I know I'm nice. Like, them niggas ain't see that.
Yeah.
But the whole time, they'll give it back to you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing I love about the fight game. Like, they always gonna give it back to you. I don't care whether it's out of their drunk mind or out of their sober mind.
Right.
They'll give it back to you, man.
100%, man.
Always will.
I gotta ask you because your story is inspirational, You came in the fight game at a late age, natural ability to fight, overcame so many obstacles. You ever thought about writing a book?
Oh man, like that's like everybody keep saying the same thing. I'm like, man, and then you see everybody that I kind of, follow far as literature and vocalists and stuff, like the things that I kind of tap into in my personal time. All these guys writing books, and just wrote books or whatever. But like, it's inspiring because my mother wrote her book first.
Okay.
And my sister wrote her book. Then my father wrote his book. So I might be in line. You feel what I'm saying?
You have to, man. I would read that. I would read it.
Might be in line, but like it I don't know how to come off, but I think I want to do something like for the B-side guys more than anything else. But it'll kind of tie into everybody. If I were to do something like that, it would kind of be like a B-side oriented book, but it'd be all boxing, but more so coming from the B-side.
Right, I think it'd be important because we see like the fighter in movies like Ali and stuff, and it's always about the glory, but you didn't necessarily get to that level of glory. But you're right, the way you did it is even more glory in my mind because you took the hard route and you took the hard fights. You fought anybody, anywhere, anytime to get to where you at.
And those build-ups were always clowning moments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was always like, man, what in the world, this guy, why you ain't gonna get this
for
guy,
this killer?
He went in for a guy with an upside down record. And now these guys gotta validate. They gotta really make these people understand like who they was in the ring with. Man, then they gotta go to box rec.
Right.
And that's the type of pressure I was trying to put on people. They gotta go to box rec and explain to their mans why they went the distance with them.
Right,
you know
right.
Like,
this is the side of boxing that people don't know. This really the side of boxing that's not told. And I think you wrote a book or had a film based on your life, your boxing life. I mean, I think it would do numbers. I tap all the way into that, man. For real. For real.
Hey, look,
it'd be spectacular.
It's in my head, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
If I spin it off,
for sure.
Be the first to know.
Let me know, man. I'm tapped in. I can see it. I can see it, man. I'm trying to talk into fruition.
I like how you brought it up, though. You feel what I'm saying? Because like that just came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But like people that know me, like from the bottom all the way up, they say it because they say it from start to beginning. But it was a whole lot of other stuff. Right? Yeah. But from a boxer's standpoint, like I say, that's the same stuff that we were just talking about. Love.
Right.
That's love.
It's all love. Yeah, 100%.
You can't get that statement out without love. You feel
exactly.
Like, man, you holding gems from me if you don't say
exactly.
It. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Missing out on my positive. But I've thought about it, but I haven't
time-wise, yeah, for sure. I understand
that's
that.
the thing that throw me off. Like, I'm about to tap into my father and my sister and my mother. Like, I had time to do it. I know how they had time to do it. Yeah, it's one of them things, though. I'm definitely tapping into it.
For sure.
I don't know when.
Right. No rush. You had plenty of time, man. We enjoyed having you on the show. It was an honor.
Being here, man. I was looking forward to this.
Right. It's great to sit down and talk to you for once and get to know you, man. It's so inspirational, man. I learned a lot from you today. Yeah. Learned a whole lot.
I learned a lot from y'all, man. I've been watching y'all for a hot second. So
right.
Y'all popped up. I'm like, I didn't even know the name of the show. I just knew y'all had a show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This was a minute ago when y'all first popped out.
Right.
And I was like, I think the joint called BINK.
Yeah.
BINK TV or something.
Yeah.
Because I came in the gym. He was like, keep doing what you're doing with this show, man. Yeah. So I was like, oh, for real, you watch? Wait, hold up. You watching me?
That's back when we was doing the lives on my Instagram. The BINK joints, yeah.
I said, man, this man got a show and everything. They always about to do it. And then y'all popped out to the chop fight. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, y'all really out there, the Chris.
Yep.
Yeah. Y'all did a live jump up there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, they really making a move.
Yeah.
They gotta make a real move, man. So that's what I encourage them, like, man, just don't let your foot off the gas. That's been my personal training journey.
Right.
It's just like, man, get a little traction. Get a little traction. You start to second guess yourself. Tell yourself, nah, man, I ain't listen to that voice. And then, you keep running into that over and over and over. It's got to be diligent. You know what I mean? Show good perseverance. You know what I mean? Don't be deterred. You know what I mean? At any obstacle. Because that's the easiest thing to do. It's easy to get off at the first exit. You know what I'm saying? That hit me today. Coming here, man. It's just like, dang, man. Going to the scenario was getting here in a timely manner, right? So my GPS said I would get here at 12:30. I'm supposed to set the time on here.
It's all right.
That's good.
No,
Right?
it's all right.
That's all right. Yeah.
So my GPS said 12:30. I pull up, right? But then it had two ways. This way say 12:19. This one say 12:30. This was the way I was going. I said, man, 12:30 kind of pushing. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I do want to go down this way, whatever, but I'm gonna stay the course. And I stayed the course, and then I looked over as I passed. I looked over 95. They down there in traffic, but it said I was gonna get here sooner. If I'd have jumped off early, if I'd have panicked, right? Could have been concerned about being late. You know what I'm saying? Not making it, right? I was gonna hop off. It's gonna be the wrong idea.
Right.
Just had to
stay the course.
That was this morning.
Yes, sir.
That's important, man. Man, youngins, if y'all listening, man, please take heed to what he just said. Stay the course, man. So important.
It looked
so
like
important.
It was all right hopping on because the ramp was clean. The ramp was super clean. I was still doing 55, 60. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I can slide down there. This standstill right here where I'm at. Standstill. You know how you be in traffic. You know, branch off the first jump. Man, as soon as I got to where I could look over, it opened up. You know what I'm saying?
Seen it, yeah.
This opened up and that tightened up.
Right. That's life. That's really life, man. That's a great analogy. That's literally how life goes. We trying to do anything like what we got going on. Man, that's very important. You want to give any shout outs to anybody before we let you go?
Big shout out to Round 15. Keep me in business, man. I get a lot of work through there. Bring your kids, man, grandmothers, grandkids. You know what I mean? Man, this father ran into a little funny situation, man. Some kids ain't welcome, but most kids are welcome. I had a kid spit on me the other day.
Oh, no.
In a joke.
Oh, no.
But ultimately, like, you gotta make sure you bring your disciplined kids to us, and the ones that we can work with, we'll work with them.
Before they get thrown in the ring with some wrong kid, I have a good memory of that.
Sure. Y'all can come through Round 15, 4749 Stamp Road, Temple Hills, Maryland. Rest in peace, buddy. Get an opportunity to pay homage to Buddy.
Rest easy, coach.
Shout out to my family. All the boxing gyms across the world. Anybody tapped in, the Slip Encounter, continue to support. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Appreciate it,
Slip Encounter podcast, man. These guys are doing a great thing. They got a great movement going. Appreciate the opportunity. Appreciate y'all having me out, man.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure being here. I feel like, man, like you guys put me in my world. We could have kept rolling.
Oh, for sure.
Honest, man. How many shows y'all want to do?
We can do as many as you want, man. As many as you got, man.
We could have kept rolling, but like this is me. A lot of times I don't, you know what I mean? It's hard for me to converse about self. A lot of times, even though I use myself as an example in a lot of the conversation that I have, but it's kind of hard to just dialogue and self. But we could have had an abundance of anything. Next time we come back.
Yeah, next time. We do it next time.
All the other fights coming up and all that type of stuff. It's just not often that you get, other than the gym, you get an opportunity to just sit back and talk about, things you love, as far as boxing and stuff. So I appreciate y'all just getting a block of my day.
Yeah.
To whereas I could just talk some boxing, man. Right. Chill talk boxing. The way y'all want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's definitely been an honor, man. It's for sure been an honor. Wouldn't trade this for the world. Like I said, definitely in the future, if you can do a book or a film, anything of the sort, I think it'll do great for boxing, DMV boxing. And you got a support team right here for sure.
Appreciate that, man. Definitely think about it.
Yeah.
Man, I can't say whether I'm gonna do it right now. Timing wise, life is going, life is happening right now. So we got a lot of life happening. Just staying dedicated to my family and the household. Staying dedicated to the gym. The two main focus in my life right now. So it's like anything anything outside of those two is kind of putting too much on.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, ultimately though, I'm just trying to stay grounded, blessed, just blessed to be here, blessed to be alive, man. That's my brand, keeping you alive.
Keeping you alive.
Ultimately, what that kind of stands for is not only in fitness and health, but it's also to enlighten with not only physical health, but
mental as well. Yeah,
historical, just spiritually. You know what I mean? Just all these things wrapped up into one. Things that you need. It's all in one essence.
Right.
Keeping you alive. You know what I mean? You definitely gotta have spirit intact. Your mind intact. Your body. You're trying to. Well, pretty much, I'm trying to push that inside of the brain. Just making sure everybody understands. Alive and woke are two different things. Keeping you alive is one thing. Now, the woke part happens after. You understand the things you need to keep yourself alive.
Indeed.
Some of the things that we think we need to keep us alive, you don't need.
Right.
When you finally find out what you truly need to live, that's when you become woke.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, I just want to say thank you. And when we go to this commercial break, I gotta have you sign my gloves, legend.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes,
sir.
Always on the sign and stuff.
Yes, sir.
I was born for this. Always knew I was the one, didn't know when my time was gonna come. I was born for this. Gotta be the voice for the youth, won't stop.
And I can keep the bass on, right? And I can stay even when I'm on the game. Oh, that.
Welcome back. That was the Hibernation 5s from Kenichi Bear. It's a great episode. We got this DMV boxing legend here. Top 5 defenses ever. I'm gonna say ever. Man.
Hey, Slip, if they don't know, man, like I was a slippery dude, man. But in my prime wasn't what everybody else's prime was. My prime was against the top guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people's prime goes into building. Building, and the biggest piece of their prime, a lot of guys are building, but I was fighting
monsters.
Right.
And still being able to pull off some of the tricks that I pull off in spawn sessions.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I honor defense. I still, even in my teaching now, I teach defense first.
Right.
We can punch a little bit later, but we're going to make sure we tight.
Yeah, for sure, man. So if you guys like what you guys saw, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Slip and Counter Podcast. This is Golden Boy right here. All right, we got this
Mr.
legend
Composure.
in the building. Mr. Composure.
Yes, indeed.
Mr. Linwood. Man, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. If you guys like what you saw, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll be right back with you guys again. Thank you.